What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sandlot Gaming's Dungeons and Dragons. We are running through Fandelver's Lost Mine, the starter pack or starter module that they've created. You can see here we have, here's our roster that we are running through. We are in session 11 this time, so at this point we have rescued Gundren Rockseeker, who was our employer, and we are currently in a trapped in a room where we have in the castle where we have rescued Gundren, and we are currently trapped in the room where we are now being approached by a patrol that has come back from a castle where we have killed everybody. This is where we are going to pick up, and this is where we hope to get out of alive. So let's jump into the room and see what everybody's up to.
Don't really die, they just go back to it.
Go away.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, by the way, Mike, quick question for the league historian. Has anybody ever sat a top 3 running back and wide receiver and still crushed their opponent as badly as I'm squishing Anthony right now?
Yeah, probably, but well done.
He has got to be so pissed.
Yeah.
You can hear the vacuum cleaning going on right now.
Yeah.
I can hear it from Germany.
All right.
Anthony,
All
if
right.
you're listening, suck it.
Suck it.
All right.
Because he does watch us. So.
Does he?
I don't need those top 5 players.
Yeah, I sent him the link. He's jonesing, dude. He's jonesing for D&D. He's,
Well, we got to get some midday Saturday one.
I know, we got to figure out a time to play, because he said he wants to, you know.
I could do a one-off.
If we can plan it in advance, I can make it happen.
All right. So there were the major discussion that was happening offline was a lot of folks trying to convince me that there should be no MVP this week.
Wait. MVP goes
People.
to your image for saving my ass.
So I actually think that I'm going to give MVP to Roland, who's missing. I think that he had a number of excellent plays, but in particular, I thought that the transforming into a rat to go scouting was excellent. And Granny, I think, pointed that out in the forums.
That's pretty
and
cool.
that was a really cool non-combat use of abilities. So we're kind of splitting the difference because he gets the MVP, but he's not here, so there's nobody who's an inspiration point. So everybody who wanted there to be no MVP, you kind of win also.
Well, again, that would rely off on actually using the point. So
Careful what you wish for.
Diplomacy.
Who wants to recap?
I think Roland has to, right?
Yep.
I'd love to, but if you watch
He
last
does.
stream and you watch the end of it, I'm actually asleep in my chair.
Oh my god.
I was
So,
wondering. We were worried about you.
That's why I just left, because I was like, this is not ending well. So I cannot recap. I denominate myself.
All right.
You could take a crack at it.
Go for it.
All right. So, had we just killed the owlbear, right? At the end of the previous session?
No. Well, the last
No?
week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, we killed the owlbear, yeah.
Right, exactly. And just as we came in, Steve had been shivved by the doppelganger. So he was out. We started wailing on the doppelganger. Granny brought him back to life. Meanwhile, Roland's like spidering around on the roof, like shooting people with webs. And you got Zig out there getting attacked by a wolf and like standing off against it with his staff. What happened then? We managed to take the doppelganger down eventually.
Yep.
We took down the hobgoblin guard, and we took down King Grall, and then his wolf Snarl. Yep. And then we hid.
Well, we rescued, but we also rescued Gendron, right? We Gendron.
We did.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Steve contacted the some deity and divined the location of the caves we're after at the same time as the rest of the party found a map.
I found a map.
Pointlessly.
They shared it with everybody.
That's right.
Yes.
All week I was thinking of more useful things I could have asked.
How will I have
Well,
my...
to be fair, Hillers, you did keep to the role-playing aspect of not knowing what was going on around you. So the question that you asked was the question that Steve would have asked.
Yeah.
Unbeknownst to him, though, we are actually a collective smarter and more resourceful than you are.
Well, we didn't know. At that time, even, we didn't know that the map was there.
Right.
But you
that's
did.
true.
But you all did know that Gundren was there,
We did. So we
and
probably
you knew.
yeah.
And you knew
Probably
from
should
earlier
have.
that
But I
Gundren
didn't
had
know when I summoned the thing it was going to grant me a question.
And
You
you
went
also-
ahead.
What is the average speed of an African swallow?
You know, if I'd have known when I drew it up there, it was going to be like, ask me anything. I'd be like, give me a badass spell, you know. But
That's a command. That's not a question.
But
well,
then in the
teach
middle
it.
of the
I would
night,
like to know a
we were,
badass spell.
That's still a statement.
Then in
Will
the middle
you
of the night
teach
we
me a
were.
badass spell? Come on, English major.
Then in the middle of the night we
punctuation.
were.
I would have
beset.
figured it out. I would have worked
Alright.
it into a code.
Go ahead,
What
Greg,
is
Christine.
a
Go ahead,
badass
Christine.
spell?
Sorry. She was in fireball, and you would have been like, "Sweet, damn it,
Damn it!
But yes, then we woke up in the middle of the night and found that someone was scratching at our door. So
Yes,
Well, someone had scouted out their numbers. Is that correct?
yeah,
that's right. And so
Yeah.
Roland saw pretty much. Well, he got a peek, and what he saw was he saw about 4 hobgoblins and 2 wolves.
Okay, 4 hobgoblins and 2 wolves is what we know about, and they and then they screamed out that we done fuck up.
Yep.
We done forked up.
And Granny postulated that it might be a returning war party patrol on the way back to the castle. And so you guys find yourself in Castle Crag Mall at night. Everybody has received a short rest. I think everybody already spent their hit dice doing that.
Yes.
So, where am I?
I also
Uh,
I thought it was a long rest.
It was
No.
definitely not a long rest.
we were
Oh,
trying
okay.
to take a long rest. Didn't happen.
Yeah,
Got it.
we got about
We got
halfway
distracted.
through the first watch, I think.
right.
Right?
So we didn't make it very far.
Maybe even in like only an hour in, basically.
So a nap.
But
Yeah,
you still
got a
get
nap.
your spell slots anyway. So
Yeah, short
Alright.
rest is about a half hour. So
stupid warlocks.
I'm
Steve
hit
reaches in to get one of those healing potions.
yeah, we should.
She's asleep.
I think everybody was awoken.
Were we? I thought that we
Yes,
were.
The term
Yeah.
is woke.
Everybody was woke.
Really? Oh,
We should divide up these healing potions before we engage in some combat, though. I feel like.
Yeah, I used mine to heal Roland in the last fight,
so you need to replenish one.
so I'm taking one back.
I
Yeah.
don't know that anybody has any at this point.
I might. Nope.
Are we all
doesn't
seeing a
look like
black
it.
screen?
We all had one before we
Scroll
started.
to the right if you see a black
I did
screen.
not have one.
Ah, thank you. Because line of sight.
Yes, so I've re-enabled line of sight.
Jerk.
I feel like I got one but never used it. But I didn't mark it on my character sheet, so maybe I didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Then
we
it never
forgot.
existed, did it?
I also need to make a better job of keeping track of my inventory.
Exactly.
I had a machine gun, and
I'm the same way, by the way, Granny. I did the same thing, Granny. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I had one and never put it on my sheet.
Guys, I see some letters written on the grass outside.
I will wave. I will wave.
So Roland kind of walks to the back of the room, and as he goes,
There
he
we are.
tells you that he
Oh.
can hear commotion to the door, on the other side of the northern door, including what sounds like some sort of animal, and he relays the information to you about the numbers that he saw and suggests that it might be a wolf on that side. And all of you have heard shouting directed at you coming from the southern door as well, where one of the hobgoblins is quite angry at you and kind of made it clear to you that he's in a fighting mood.
Oh.
Should we try talking to them?
Yeah, who's there? I who's there? Who's there?
Yeah,
All right.
guys, I have an idea.
Why? Well,
So-
I'm starting to go.
Yeah,
is,
go
so-
ahead, go talk to him.
So a second later, you hear, "This is Targor Bloodsword. I'm the king of this castle now, and you all are my intruders."
No,
Oh.
I'm Garad, and you're intruding on my castle.
Oh god.
Get
Bernie
him to
wants
come up to the door.
Bernie wants to step forward a bit so that she can
Yeah.
call
Steve
out
wants
to
to
him.
go right there.
Did you want to say a
So
thing?
Steve, where are you going? Sorry, there.
Right here. And I'd like to telepathically communicate to Garad. See if you can get him to come right up next to the door.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check and see if I can hear him. No, I'm kidding. I'm not doing
You
that.
can hear him. Yeah.
Steve
So,
speaks idiot.
Granny, were you?
Yeah, I was going to try
Granny
and
playing
talk to them.
Well,
if
no.
I
Again,
can.
this is my thing. You can't just hijack it, Hillers, with your ideas. I'm the one talking right now, so don't
That
interrupt
was
with
my
your
idea.
ideas.
We can
I had a
still
different-
act.
Yeah, Steve can say something to you. You don't.
Which is-
That doesn't mean that Garad has to.
You don't have to do it.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Granny definitely couldn't talk over the top of Garad, though, so if you still have the floor, go for it.
Go ahead. What do you got?
So
Well,
Targor. So you already said something, and Targor was.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I found Grall's corpse. He was a right bastard, but this castle's rightfully mine. I was gonna
killed
kill him
Grall.
myself, but you did me the favor. I'm still gonna kill you anyway.
I killed Grall. That makes me king. Come in here if you want to challenge me for the throne.
Alright, Granny's going to just go back behind the table.
All right. You hear a loud thump against the southern door.
Oh, southern door. Steve would like to
And-
move
Okay.
and then shoot an eldritch bolt at that southern door.
Where are you moving?
Right here. Right across from it.
Okay, so that door is barricaded by like a table right now. Do you want to shoot your Eldritch Bolt at the table?
Oh, can somebody move that table out of the way?
This table?
Yeah.
Or the one bolted to it?
Oh no, sorry. There's
No, the one that's here.
That's
That's
there's
a
a
workbench.
So
Get
Yeah,
ready to move it.
and normally, like if you had said that, then you would just have done it. But in this case, I think it's worthy of a reminder for everybody that there are those big brown things in front of the doors. Those aren't the door itself. That is
Yeah.
kind of wreckage that you've pulled up from another room and used to fashion
Oh, yeah, I
barricade
forgot about that.
against those doors.
Okay, I don't want to shoot that then. That's just going to blow up on us.
5 seconds later, you hear another.
You sure somebody doesn't want to move that stuff, though? Because
It seems
I'll
like...
blast him.
It seems like
Garad,
they're
can you
waiting
roll
for
perception?
us.
I am
Yes,
small and weak.
You put it up there.
Because perception is what I am awesome at.
Okay.
Did it
You
go
can
through?
very
Yeah.
faintly hear scratching from the other side of one of the doors, but you can't really tell which.
Sounds like wolves.
You weren't the one that perceived that.
Okay. So what I'll do is I'm actually going. So I'll stand up
Sorry.
here. I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna take a step forward.
Okay.
Raise my shield above my. It's like,
Sorry,
so
wait.
one step to the west. One block to the west. So 5
Okay.
feet to the west. I'm gonna raise my shield above my head and kind of like start banging. There's banging talon against it to like make some ruckus and to make it sound like there's a big party in here.
Okay. Can you roll intimidation?
Perfect.
That I imagine I'm better at.
Oh.
Nope.
No,
you're not.
Nope, you're Garad at it.
So you hear Targor Bloodsword yell from the other side. I know just how big that room is. I got more people out here than you got in there, I wager. We'll find out on the other side of my sword right quick.
Okay. DM question. Being that I'm in the middle right here, if these doors break open, do I get like an attack of opportunity if they enter my melee attack range?
No, you don't get attacks of opportunity for somebody entering your melee
Only for
attack
leaving.
range.
Okay. Only for leaving. Okay.
But you could, even though we're not in combat, what I would probably let you do is, since you're preparing, I would let you set up a reaction.
All right. I'm definitely prepared. I'm setting up a reaction to.
And I see that Doomspark will take care of you next.
Okay, so that's what. Then I'm sorry if I didn't already declare that. Yeah, that I will, while I'm making this ruckus and trying to intimidate him, I'm setting up a reaction. I'm preparing myself for something to come through the door so that I can attack.
So I'm going to make you pick one of the directions to prepare.
The north door.
Okay. All right. So if anything comes to the north door, you'll
I'll take care of
have a chance at an attack.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Zigmundo. I think
Yeah.
you
They're coming
were
through the
playing
south door.
I would like to use the glass staff of defense, and I would like to use it. Is that going to cast it over there? No, it does not.
How did you change the color of text like that?
I use slash me.
Okay.
Oh, where'd it go?
Like an emote.
I would like to use one of the charges on my staff, which I have 10 charges left, to cast Mage Armor now. Is that possible to do?
Yes, absolutely.
And I would do that on myself, please.
All right, done. And can you post the link to the spell just so we can all be reminded of what it does?
Yeah, it's in the it's underneath the player character Zigmundo Glass Staff of Defense. For whatever reason, it's not posting to the chat.
Okay. Mage armor. I think we might be able to do it straight from. Yeah, I don't know how do you get something into chat from the compendium? Is there a way? Does anybody know?
Well, first of all, it's not into compendium.
Mage armor is
where it's at.
Mage armor is just a normal spell.
Oh, you want me to just get Mage Armor? Sure, fine.
Yeah.
Let me grab that real quick.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
I always just dragged it over into a spell and clicked the spell.
Yeah.
True.
I just wish there was a way to
I'll
drag it
take note of
into.
that. Give me
I just copy and paste it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do
and that's not at all useful in this situation. But here it is. I mean, I know that's the very
Right, my bad. He got there first.
first.
All right. So your AC's shooting up to 13 plus your dex. So your current AC is 13. What is this going to make it?
I believe 18.
What?
Hold on. I'm getting my character sheet disappeared.
You don't add your
Dexterity is
proficiency.
2.
You don't have a 5 dex.
We have a new tank.
15.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
15? All right, that's pretty good. You got a +2 basically out of that.
Yes.
Although I'm surprised you didn't get a +3 because isn't the normal AC 10 plus dexterity?
I have the AC is increased by +1 because of the glass staff.
Right. Yeah. So yours should be 13 plus your dex modifier plus that glass staff. So I think that might put you at 16.
My AC is 13 thanks to the glass staff. I put the armor class 13 on my character sheet.
Right. But what's your dex
Yeah.
modifier?
Troy's right though. So what happens is instead of your base AC being 10, your base AC becomes 13.
13 plus
It just,
dex.
it just
plus
increases
1.
by 3, right?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
at 16.
Plus dex, I guess. Yeah.
Look, you want to give me 16, that's fine. I think the
No,
math
it's
is
not.
wrong
Six,
for
it's not
15.
16. It's not 16.
Fine,
Oh, he
it's
only-
13 plus dex plus 1.
I thought his dex was 2.
It is, so it's 16.
All right. Okay. I'm glad we settled that.
Jeez.
So we got a pretty tanky major. Oh,
Hey, man.
Roland. All right.
You made it.
Welcome aboard.
You didn't miss anything.
You didn't miss anything.
Except me being an idiot.
Garage just screaming in the corner, making a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So another thud hits the southern door.
Did you catch that reaction I was trying to set up?
No, I did not.
I'd like to set up an Eldritch Bolt reaction to anything that comes through the southern door.
All right. Done. Okay.
Recto, what are you doing?
Farting.
I would no. Well, I farted, but I'd also like to see if there's another way out of this room. I can't remember if we checked that or not last time we were in here. I'd like to. I don't know if that's perception or insight to see if there is another.
Like a secret way out.
Yeah.
So that would be perception. So it's really perception for general like look around you, and
Right.
investigate is I want to look at that one thing and name it.
Yeah, so in this room I see that there are 2 doors and 2 arrows slots, and I'm wondering, I'd like to look around to see maybe if there is another.
Right, and so that'll be a perception roll.
Okay.
You look around, and from what you can see, there are no other exits from the room.
Granny, who is right next to Recto, sees him looking around. Can she look specifically at the roof to see if there's anything like? 'Cause the rest of the castle's pretty tatty, right?
Yeah, that's true. Why don't you roll an investigate on that one, Granny?
I will. It's my best skill.
You're great at looking at the roof.
I'm
damn.
kidding.
Do you see a giant spider?
Summoning a sharktopus.
So
Roll, what are you doing up there?
you look carefully at the roof using kind of the faint light around you, and from what you can tell, the roof is quite intact, and that's probably one of the reasons you suspect that King Grall made this room his quarters as opposed to the others. It's one of the few rooms in the entire building that does have a fully intact roof.
That's good for us as well, though, because they can't come in that way.
Yes.
So
5 meters.
it's been about 30 seconds have passed now without any additional thumps at that door.
Uh-oh.
Steve yells out, "You guys suck at breaking in! You're so bad at this!"
Nothing.
Nothing.
Granny looks
Well,
at this
looks
arrow hole.
like the coast is clear. Let's go.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Granny. Go ahead, sorry. Go, Granny.
You're right, I just wanted to look at this arrow hole, because I'm worried that they might come around and try and, like, throw fire in us or something.
All right, so Granny, you're looking out this direction.
Yeah.
I
I see
Go ahead and roll
grass.
perception. Okay. You currently don't see anything other than very dark woods out to your east with some grass land and foliage between you and there.
I say, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Where is the door handle? How do the doors open? Like, where is the door handle in relation to the
They're
doors slash me?
We barricaded them.
They're not doors.
Yeah, they open after we remove a barricade.
Yeah.
I suggest we charge out both doors at the same
Okay,
time.
but let's say theoretically though.
This
if
is
there
my
were-
thing. I started talking. You cannot interrupt me. I'm just kidding. I really don't care.
So,
I actually started, so go ahead.
I'm done.
So, Roland, were you just I'm sorry, was Recto saying that out loud, or was he actually doing something?
Just making a suggestion.
Yeah.
Group.
What is your suggestion, Meryl? Recto?
That we charge out both doors at the same time instead of giving them one target point.
So when I was
I'll make a question, and I guess maybe it's a perception check, possibly. Can we look at these walls? Is there any way to break down a wall that we can get out through here? Cracks, rubble, anything of that nature?
So go ahead and roll perception.
Nope. Anything I can bang
So-
my head into?
So they look like pretty formidable stone walls to you. You don't see anything. Nothing strikes you as being particularly weak and easily destroyed.
By the way, Roland, we did decide that you were the MVP, so you do have the inspiration point this week.
That's right.
In case you missed
Good.
that.
Something for me to not use.
All right.
So-
Go ahead.
All right, so if we're going to clear these barricades. Remind me, how heavily fortified did we do this to the doors?
They're tables.
They're just tables.
Yeah. They were like
Okay.
benches.
So if we were to remove these tables, like where is the doorknob? Is it on the south or the north?
Where's the doorknob?
When have
So
you
how
ever
do the
used a
doors
doorknob?
I don't think
How
they were
would the
actual
doors swing?
doors, were they?
The doorknobs swing inward. Otherwise, your barricading would have done nothing.
All right. Right, but does it swing this way or would it swing this way?
So let's say that the
I ask
doorknob.
because I ask because here's what I would want to do: is if I were to reach and open the door so that Steve could shoot a bolt out, would I need to be on the south side or the north side of the door to open it?
Both of the doorknobs are closest to you, Garad.
Okay, so I could just easily fling it open if I needed to.
Yeah, either doorknob is on the side closest to you, so they both are closer to the interior.
Okay.
Another.
right.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, let's just clear. Let's just clear. We're going to be waiting here. Let's just clear this. Let's clear these doors. Let's clear these doors.
I say we can position so we have a ranged attacker ready to attack the door. We can clear the barricades and have a ranged attacker ready to fire through if necessary.
I could just set everything on fire.
You could. All right. Why don't I just kick this? Why
I
don't
like
just
the
kick
idea. We're brainstorming. We're throwing ideas out here. This is great.
Can I just kick this table and clear it?
Almost teamwork.
Clear it, like just in, like take my shield, and just kind of like move it around. Everybody make like a strength or an athletics check.
Yeah. So like, if you just want to move it, you'll be able to do that. It'll be loud and It'll take you a minute or so to move one of them out of the way.
Okay. Or Steve could just shoot a bolt through it, right? Why is the table blocking him from blocking the door from doing it? Like, is the door vertical
You are
or is the door
standing next
horizontal?
to it.
The door is a vertical door, but
Or is the table blocking it vertical or horizontal? How did we decide
Mostly-
that we were setting it up?
mostly horizontal. So I would imagine that you guys kind of flipped it over.
Right.
You
So
know,
Steve
one
could
side.
just clearly shoot through it, like,
If you could open it, but you can't.
or you could just shoot
Oh.
above the table.
The last time I shot through a door,
Into the
everything
door?
blew up, and you
Yeah,
are
he
in
could-
a blast radius.
So, Garad, as you're kind of investigating the tables, or one of the tables, you hear tink, tink, as something lands right about here.
Shit.
Where?
I didn't
Where?
actually. I didn't see a ping.
Yeah, me neither.
Is it close enough for Granny to jump onto?
Steve is blocking your way.
Where's,
Well, I guess
where-
actually Granny
Yeah,
can
I-
probably...
Where did it land? I didn't see a ping.
I still didn't see
Yeah,
it.
me neither.
You guys don't see that?
No.
Does nobody see it?
No.
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 Nope.
Let me refresh my page.
Your camera also stopped too.
Yeah, I
Alright.
did that on purpose, because I'm walking
And
around.
what do I have to roll to see what it is?
So can you guys see that ping now?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, great. Let's see. You don't have time to see that. So,
Fair enough.
let's see. 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. All right. No, so we're good.
You don't have time to see, like, okay.
Are we? Or are we
Oh.
dead?
We're
Well,
all
Troy's
securely
okay.
not good.
Troy and his party are okay.
Good lord. I'm going down again, aren't I?
Okay. Each of you. Will
You're in a
actually-
bad spot, dude.
Roland, Garad, Steve, and Zigmundo. Each of you roll a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So Recto Granny, you don't do anything.
Is just a dex check, or is there a saving?
Yeah,
there's saving throw.
Or is there a saving throw? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. As soon as I started asking that, I was like, wait,
Oh.
no, there is.
Oh,
I think that was what
I'd like to
yeah.
suggest we can use inspiration if we need to.
Real quick, where is that on my character sheet?
Saving
It's
throw. Saving throw. It's right next. It's right to the right of dexterity.
Right above your skills.
I don't think you're proficient with it.
right
so
above all the
it doesn't
minor
matter.
Oh, there
skills.
you go.
Yeah.
It's the
All right.
same. Yeah.
Oh, I like my first one better.
These rolls.
why
is-
did 5 of you roll? Hold on, one of you didn't need to roll.
I rolled
No,
twice.
yeah.
You don't get an extra. You're not proficient with it.
Oh, and
so-
Doom did it twice. Okay,
Yeah. Well, you did a dexterity check first. And
I
then he
see. I
followed
see.
up with a
Okay.
saving.
It's
So
the
it didn't
same.
make a difference.
It's the same modifier though.
Right.
oh, buddy.
All right. So Roland and Zigmundo. Wait, hold on. Roland, Steve, and Zigmundo. You each take 21 points of damage,
What?
I'm down.
and Garad, you take 10 points of damage.
Is that with
Wait,
my...
Doom Spark rolled a 12.
He did not roll a 12. That was
Rolled a 6.
he rolled 6.
Also, is this with my magic shield?
So you're not counting his first roll.
Oh, yeah. The magic shield doesn't help in this case. I don't count the first roll because that's not actually a saving throw roll.
Right.
Okay.
He did roll it a second time.
Okay.
That was what. So what he rolled there. Well,
No, you said...
You know what?
So I
here's the
rolled
thing. I'm gonna
3,
give it to you,
6.
Zigmundo, and here's why I'm gonna give it to you is because you rolled a d20 plus 2. Like you're actually your second throw. The only difference is that you add proficiency in. So like if we'd been at a table, you would have rolled the d20 and you would have rolled a 10, and I wouldn't have made you re-roll the d20.
I am
It's the same
gracious
dice.
for that, but I am
That's
willing
nice.
to take the second one because that is the one you asked me to roll.
Yeah, but I'm okay.
I'm with Troy on this one.
In this case, that is an artifact of roll 20 that wouldn't have been
So,
Right.
real, and so
I-
Zigmundo, you take 10 instead of 20.
I changed my life on my sheet. I don't know why my life bar isn't updating appropriately.
Oh boy, let's see.
It's
What have you
4
done
on
this time?
current and
Here we go.
temporary. So
Yes, it
You
is.
can't.
Well, so you can't still have 4 on temporary because you subtract from your temporary first.
well, I didn't know how to change the life bar, so.
Okay, so my guess is you should be at 8 and 0. No, nothing in temporary. Let me see what's going on with your. I see. Okay, I don't know how this happened, but I'll fix it.
Did you have? Yeah. Did you maybe have temporary left over?
Yep.
I don't know
All
if
right.
it carries.
Pillars. Now you've got it. Okay.
If
Okay.
you want to use your inspiration point, Roland, go for it.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to go with the 13.
What was that?
His
Yep. Okay. So Roland, you're using your inspiration point.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'd like to
Okay.
stay alive.
So then you take 10. You take 10 damage instead of the 21.
No, that's
Alright,
right,
so-
alive and not, so. Or up and down.
Yep. So as you guys are, as Garad was looking at the table, he could hear a tink tink behind him as a large glass vial kind of soared past Roland's head, hit the ground, and as you look at it, you can see it's actually like a. Like a glass connected to a glass cube, and all of a sudden, like the fluids in each side of this kind of 2-bottle solution kind of start to mix together and start to bubble, and within about 3/4 of a second, all of a sudden explode as kind of glass flies everywhere, ripping into several of you. Particularly Steve is caught heavily in the blast as the
Ow!
other 3 of you kind of dive a little bit out of the way,
Super
take a little bit
ouch.
of that concussion, but concussive force, but not the majority of it.
Hmm.
which direction did that come from?
That came through the northern arrow slit.
Sorry, so it wasn't a fire blast. It was just a concussive blast.
Correct.
Cool. So it wasn't alchemist fire.
Uh,
We're lucky.
I'm
Okay.
not that lucky. I don't feel
Can,
lucky.
Can Granny
Alright.
run over to that porthole and call out of it to talk to?
You're going to crawl out of it?
No, I just want to call out.
Sure.
I just want to say, Mr. King, sir. Hello.
Yes.
So as Garad says that, you can hear from the southern door, "You son of a bitch! I'm the king. I see you've met one of my little friends."
Yes.
And now once again you hear the thuds at the southern door, and this time
Steve
they're
shoots a bolt at the southern door.
It was just softening.
Yeah,
us
good
up.
job.
all right. Go ahead and roll for that, Steve.
Right? Tired of this nonsense. They should
Why
be
don't
dead
why
by
don't you
now.
just kick it down?
Because this is going to be more explosive. It has 10 feet of extra force on it.
Okay. Well, that's good enough to hit a door.
A door.
All right.
That's all
So
we needed. That's all we needed, though.
yeah. So your Eldritch Blast flies out of your hand, cracks into the table in front of you, blows it apart in either direction, extends beyond that, hits the door.
Hey guys,
and
real
it's
quick,
as
I'm
we-
sorry. Can I get can we do a break real quick? My sister had a baby today, and we're finally
Oh.
we're finally FaceTiming with her, and that's why I jumped off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
super
why
exciting.
I ran away. I'm sorry, but she FaceTimed and I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
want to
No,
not
no,
answer.
go.
So
Let's
That's
take
awesome.
a
That's
quick,
more important
quick
than
hiatus.
this.
Time
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry to leave you guys in the lurch here, but I'll be right back.
Yeah,
No worries.
That's awesome.
So, hey, Troy, I got a question here.
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, so with the flame blade, the way this kind of works, it doesn't have a time with it. It just says it lasts for the duration, and that if I let go, it disappears, and you can evoke it again as a bonus action. What is your take on that? Like, when do I actually have access to that and need a spell for it? Like, it's very vague. You know what I mean?
Does the spell not have a duration?
Oh, okay, yes, it does.
There you go.
Okay, 10 minutes. So there you go. That's a problem. Problem
10?
solved. Thank you.
There you go. No worries. Usually when it says the duration,
Turns.
it's referred to. It's concentration, so yeah. Yeah, concentration's really cool in 5th edition. Basically, you can have one concentration spell running at a time. If you want to cast another concentration spell, that's fine. It just the other one ends and the new one starts.
You know, I'm just gonna throw this out there. If we want to keep playing, even though Rekio's not here, I'll go ahead and take control of him. I run away and throw a dart, or I charge up my stone fist
Yeah,
and
we
punch something.
told him it'd be at least a timeout for him.
When against some Alavera, because that was a pretty nasty burn. So out of character, I think we could probably just talk our way out of this. All he wants is the castle.
Oh no, that time has passed us now. I'm all busted up. I'm gonna start
Alright.
shooting.
So we just like that. I sort of felt that in the room, which is why I didn't press it. But yeah,
I feel like
These
we
guys
could have
should be
talked.
dead
I feel like we could almost talk our way out of this. I agree with you.
right. But in character, that just ain't Garad. Right.
No,
yeah.
I actually totally think we can think our way out of it. Like it could have just been a one-on-one combat, and I could have challenged him for the kingship and beat him, and then been the king.
I think he still would have thrown that grenade in here.
That's totally how I saw this playing out. Is it would just be me on mono
You
a mono.
wanted to challenge him.
I would challenge him, and then I would become king of the castle.
That's funny. I was just gonna go, hey, it's your castle. We just want to leave. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hey, I finally found something to do with this character that wasn't just kick down a wall. I'm super excited.
It's cool, man. Let's run with it.
Hence 15 minutes of discussion on the mechanics of door opening.
Yes, Andy.
Well, no, all right. But my logic was that if I just opened the door, I could have opened the door, and you could have just shot the bolt through the door as soon as I opened it.
Sure.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. That was a cool idea.
But I needed to know how the door opened, because
Oh.
if I had to move south,
Yeah,
like that
we
would have
just-
given up my position,
We
and
barricaded ourselves too well.
Did that bolt make it through the door?
I think it just blew it up. So I think we can actually see through this door now.
Well, hopefully it blew up something on the other side. I mean, it was
I
a
have
maximum.
no idea how
maximum,
object damage works.
maximum force for an Eldritch blast, so it wasn't going to get any better.
Right,
Hey,
13 damage is a lot.
Pillars, in our Dynasty League, I think I just set a record, a personal best record. I have 313 points with 2 players left to go.
Whoa,
Brady helped a lot.
boy, throwing the lumber. Yeah, Brady often helps a lot, I find.
Oh, here we go. Objects.
I had Brady and Stephon Diggs and Travis Benjamin.
Wow.
Actually, Travis
Yeah.
Benjamin did match. He did a lot in terms of though.
Okay, turns out wooden objects have an AC of 15.
Shh. Teacher.
And a
Man, I should be wearing
medium-sized-
wood armor.
A medium-sized door.
The wood
Medium-sized
objects of
door
the
would have,
Sleeping Dragon Inn
yeah.
didn't have that.
Fuck this scale mail, man. I should be wearing wood armor.
Would have 18 hit points. Hate to be that guy, but we got some downtime.
Remember that boss in Mega Man 2, Woodman?
The Sleeping Dragon Inn didn't have that AC.
It's true. That was a great cinematic moment, though. So we just
Well, this could be too. One
ran.
never knows.
Oh, you, damn it. Troy, are you there?
Wow. Okay, that never happened.
This could have been such a great sunsetting motion for Garad if I had become king of this castle and took control of everyone, and then I could be like, fuck it, Garad's now with them, and roll a bard.
Oh, you wanted to? Yeah. Oh, hey, did everybody see my my forum post on multiclassing? I was bored today, so I came up with multiclassing ideas for everybody.
No, I didn't see
Yes.
that. Where is
Just in
it?
case you were bored with your current class. It's pretty funny.
So because we're just waiting around, like I'm just bored with Garad. Like I know what to do in combat with him, and I
Yeah.
know how to like have
Things.
fun with him in combat.
Right.
But like outside of combat, I have no idea what to do with him, and I have no growth with him, so I don't really care about him.
Yeah, I get that. Well, that might be a good idea then, is to like wrap up his story arc in this campaign, and then you
Oh,
can just bring in.
I'm super stoked to have Bard.
Where'd you put this forum post, Chris?
It's in Roll20. I just dropped a link to it in chat.
Oh, okay.
It's just got some ridiculous ideas for what everyone can multi-class into if they wanted to. Turns out it's
I would
not
love
as
to-
terrible as in previous editions. Like in previous editions, you just did not ever multi-class unless you had a really good plan.
Why is that? I mean, because I remember, multi-classes was in like 2E, which is where I originally started playing.
Oh man, in second edition it was crazy because you got different experience for each class. Like, they leveled up differently.
So you'd be 2 awful things instead of 1 good thing?
Yeah, well, it wasn't so bad in second edition actually because, it was. You're right because you would
Be like, I'm bad at doing 2 things.
like 2 of you, right? Because both of your classes were half the level of everybody else.
Roland, don't do it. Druids are great.
Roland's fine as is.
I'm enjoying the druid class.
Don't multi-class at a druid. There's no point. I'm gonna grab a beer. I'll be right back.
Yep.
So we were just talking, Troy, that Uber had envisioned was that I was going to challenge this guy to be like king of the castle.
Right.
So that would have been a perfect story to be a sunset for Garad, and then he just takes control of all the hobgoblins and orcs, and then lives in this castle forever and ever, and lives happily ever after. And then I can roll a bard.
I mean, the scenario is not over, Nick.
That's true.
So is a nephew or a niece?
It's a niece. She's beautiful. Everybody's doing good. It's their first.
Nice, man.
So she's 5 pounds 10 ounces. So she's a tiny
Great.
one.
This
And
is all.
Avery Marie. She's awesome. So
Awesome.
yeah, it was very fast. It was like super fast for a first
When did she
kid.
go into labor?
So they induced today, and it got to a point they sent my parents home because they were like, "Can you go take care of the dog? It's going to be a while." And like on their way home, they called. They're like, "It's not going to be a while. You need to come back."
And that was her first?
Her first, yeah, and it went quick. I was like, "That's like 4th child quick. That's like,
Was
what
it
are you doing?"
Was it his first?
Yes. Well, that we know of. Yeah.
Well, we kept saying, is it her first? Like, so that would imply.
Well, I was talking mainly about the medical reasoning behind it, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
I don't
the
think a
biological.
guy is, like the birthing process doesn't expedite the more kids a guy has.
Right. Doesn't change too much.
Yeah. That's just a socially awkward
What's to
question
say
that
for
you
it?
asked there.
What are you saying
I'm
about
just
my
keeping it
brother-in-law?
PC, man.
Asshole.
Keeping it Rockmire.
All right, so
We're good. I'm sorry again, guys. I didn't mean to run off.
No, it's fine. That's great.
That's cool, man. Yeah, congratulations.
I've totally
Compared to
forgotten
this
what we're
Lord.
doing. Who are we?
So Steve had visions of his Eldritch Blast blowing through that door.
Instead, I just blew the door.
But it didn't quite work out that way. And so here's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to kind of split the difference between the rules that we actually found on object damage and this, because I feel like you should have done at least some damage to it with that roll. So I'm going to say you did half damage to the barricade and door structure. So a little bit of it flew apart. Definitely made a big noise, big ruckus, but the door is still standing, and there's a little bit of the barricade left, but it's pretty severely weakened.
Okay.
Which door?
The southern door.
Okay.
If we're not in combat, I'd also like to drink that healing potion.
You can do that.
Oh, I can use lay on
I
hands.
have one too.
To help.
How do
All right.
How do I do that?
Granny.
So-
Granny's gonna lay on hands, Steve.
Oh,
Isn't it 2d4 plus 2? Or
well,
I
if
have a healing potion
if
I'm
Granny's
gonna use.
fixing me, I'm not going to drink it.
How many hit points do you need?
Like 21.
Okay,
Yeah,
not
he'll
that
use-
much. I'll give you 14.
Okay, close enough. I
Potion
won't
of
drink it.
healing, do
Two.
2d4 plus 2.
I put the cat back on it.
So you hear from the other side of that southern door, you hear, if you're trying to get out, we're trying to get in, why don't you just open the door?
Why don't you open it?
I'm trying!
can Garad? Can we move the barricade from the north door?
You could, absolutely.
And while they're trying to get in the south door, maybe we can do some kind of flanking on them, guys. Just saying.
Sure.
Or
Oh.
I guess we need to make
those
this-
commands, Meryl.
I guess we need to decide this as a group right here. Are we fighting our way out here, or are we going to try to talk our way out?
I'm mad.
They threw a
fighting
fucking
mad.
grenade at us.
Yeah.
Garad, move this table on the northern door.
Hey, Roland, can you roll perception?
I can. I don't know if it'll be good, but
That is good enough. As you look around, some movement catches your eye
Punk.
through that arrow slit, and you see a hobgoblin slinking around.
We need.
I would like to inform the team quietly, with the SEAL team to my eyes and pointing at
Yes.
Oh,
one finger up. There's one out there, so hopefully
Steve
he
is-
doesn't know that we know he's there.
Steve
Another
is
big
super,
thud hits
super
the southern door.
Steve is super mad to hear that there's one out there, and
Gentlemen.
we'd like to head.
Okay.
We need to get out of this room as soon as possible.
The last
is
of the
this?
barricade on the southern door kind of crumples and falls down.
What is his name?
His name is Targan.
Targan? Okay.
Targor.
Targor? Alright.
Pistol.
Targor, I challenge you for kingship.
There we go.
Everything goes quiet for a second. Even the wolf that you could hear scratching and sniffing at the northern door kind of silences for a second. And
Your people
Targor,
do not need to die today. I will fight you for kingship.
my people will die for me if they have to. Do you have his crown?
Uh-oh.
I do. Roll for lie. Yeah, we do. I do have his crown.
No,
roll,
I have
roll,
his
roll,
crown.
roll,
Actually, Roland has it.
And look over at me and
roll
I shake
deception,
my head.
Grad.
No.
roll deception, Grad.
Fucking A. You can't just help me out here.
To be
Look at
solid, bro. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
You hear from the other side. Ah,
As I look at that, I say,
I've bested 100 of my kin. You think you can take me? Open the door and let's settle this.
I look over to Roland and I point to his crown and like make a toss it here motion. In a like, I will give it back. Just give it to me now. Just give it to me.
I consider my options, and then I would like to walk over and use my last remaining spell as a on him to heal him up and hand him.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna fight like that, are you?
Yeah, 1/3 health. MVP rolling.
As I guess I have to be in. Hold on, let me check with this real quick. Do I have to be in touch range to do it? But
You're handing me the crown.
I
Yeah.
know I'm handing you the crown as well. But if I can cast concentration on him in the off chance that he's going to be doing something that might need that, do I have to stay in touch range for him for that?
No, you do not. Only when you cast it.
So that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do for you. I'll just give you a
Alright.
nod and say, "This is on you."
Uh,
I gave
Steve-
you everything I got.
Steve gets Garad's attention and throws him the healing potion he was about to drink.
Oh, what a good. See, we're all helping out.
All right.
Roll
And telepathically communicates with Zygmundo, saying you should probably give him whatever defense he can get, because it sounds like he might need it.
He's wearing armor, so I can't do shit for him.
Oh, well, never mind then.
Wait, actually, that's not true. Hang on. Give me a second.
Glass staff of defense.
So
The-
as you guys
the
kind of
staff
consider
itself-
your options,
What's that?
Targor says, "If you're ready, meet me out on the northern lawn."
All right.
Okay.
Basically, I can cast shield on him, and it's until his next turn. But like that's combat based, so
Hey, Steve and Doomspark, I give you permission to explode something behind us so we can slow motion walk outside as a party as things are exploding behind us. And I'm walking door with Talon and my shield, ready to fight this guy, and there's explosions going on behind us.
I,
Alright.
I'm gonna say probably not, just in case if they misinterpret that. But the theatrics are well applauded.
I can make spontaneous things blossom and bloom. Does that help?
Sure.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Or a puff of wind.
So, I don't know. Maybe give him that shield right before he goes to start fighting.
Make him
let me
sound like a
see, I
skunk.
think I have to be in range for that. Hold on.
Well, you could, pat him on the back as he goes out.
We probably want to speed this up, guys, because
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, you
No,
gonna drink that
actually,
health potion,
it can
Garad?
only- It can only be used for me. Never mind, I can't do shit.
It's not my turn yet.
I'll do what you gotta do. Get ready. You're doing
I will
it.
drink it as I'm leaving. I'll drink it as I'm leaving. As we're
All right.
leaving.
Alright, Steve goes to open the door.
All right, so Steve, you open the door, and here we,
It's 1d4 or 2d4 plus 2. Healing potions?
2d4 plus 2.
I didn't know if that was a special Anthony roll, if that's the actual roll.
Nope, that's it.
So Steve, as you open the door, you see a hobgoblin. Looks like he's pretty run down. Looks like he's kind of covered in some grime, some blood as well. Looks like he's been out in the field for a while. He doesn't strike you as anything special, though. Probably not Targor Bloodsword. And you see him kind of growl at you, and he's not too happy, but he kind of motions with his sword to the west.
Make way for the king, you dog!
Well done.
Nice.
He scowls again and spits at you.
Right, so I put the crown on.
King Garad, may I escort you?
Sure, you can walk behind me. No, you gotta walk first. You gotta walk first.
That's fine.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
I fumble with the crown on my head because it doesn't really fit right. So I kind of keep walking out and with the shield adjusting it over my head
All right.
it goes like this, and I'm keep adjusting the crown, and it's definitely weird.
Okay. And so as you, I guess, walk past.
And as
Steve-
I pass this guy, I flex.
roll intimidation.
Oh God. This is gonna make or break the night.
You are proficient. You just rolled really badly. There you go.
So the as you flex as you walk by, the hobgoblin steps back a few paces and kind of lowers his head a little bit.
Okay. I say we keep walking west. We keep walking west until we.
So who's going with you? Are you walking out there alone? It sounds like Recto's going with you.
Yeah, and I'll go as a second as well. We'll go as his entourage.
Can Granny hide behind this table again?
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
And Gundren, by the way, he's back there. He is awake, but he's still recovering from his wounds. You guys did heal him up, but he took some pretty serious damage. He's gonna need some bed rest before he's back and energetic. He is able to move of his own accord, but he's not feeling well.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I'll take. Yeah, she'll take care of him.
Granny
All right.
and Zig are tending into Gundren.
All right. So Garad, as you continue down? So Rector, are you walking in front of him? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
so that's
And we
behind
are
him.
ready. I'm ready for I am alert, so I'm just ready for anything. If there's anything, I'm not casually walking in a blind stupor. I'm focused and paying attention to surroundings and.
Okay. So as you walk out into the larger room that had been an old warehouse at one point that's open to the north, you see heavy rain pouring down into the lawn to the north, and out on that lawn you can see Targor with his two of his wolves kind of almost at his side, but back a little bit, and you can see him kind of dragging his long sword through the mud as he circles around. He sees you. He sees the crown. Points at you. Says, "That's mine."
Come get it!
And so he motions to you. The other hobgoblin to your west motions to Garad, points to Targor, then points back at Recto and Steve, and gives them the universal sign of that's far enough.
Recto would like to go. Recto nods at him. I point at the space just north of the hobgoblin and slowly walk that way.
All right. He moves up to take that space.
Okay, well then I'll take the space.
Nice job. That perfect. That's great movement, Meryl. Good job.
Then I will take the space that he is in,
All right.
that he was in.
Okay.
Great job, Meryl. That was perfect.
And if Garad is proceeding out, I would like to move there.
All right. As you guys go up,
Yes.
you can see another hobgoblin who's kind of keeping sentry against the wall to the northeast. You suspect he was either the one or with the ones that tossed that grenade in through the arrow slit earlier, and he's obviously kind of looking around to make sure that nobody slips out.
So I'm going to work. So I'm going to walk to the northeast. I'm actually going to. So I'll walk one to the northeast. Oh, and he backs up. Am I able to move? Am I allowed to move myself?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
For right now, yep.
Okay. So I'm flexing,
And,
and the rain's
so-
pouring down on my face.
Hold on. Yep. Hold on 1 second, because I just realized that nobody else, or at least some of them, can't see what's going on out here. So let me
I can.
disable
can.
dynamic lighting.
Ah, gotcha. Thank you.
Do we have some ambient music and some rain sounds that it can?
You guys aren't hearing the
Playing.
rain?
I am.
No.
I think I turned a lot of the.
Yeah, no,
audio
I hear
down.
it.
I
Just go
turned it
turn
down.
your volume
but-
up in the settings if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I turned it down. I didn't think I turned it off.
Oh, which one did they identify as the main bad?
That one right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, I had to turn up my volume on my PC. Okay. That's awesome. Thank you.
It's very
All right.
dramatic.
Roll for initiative.
Uh,
Or
let's say you're gonna.
do we role play it out a little bit?
You can roleplay it out a little bit.
Okay. So I'm gonna set one up here. So yeah, so I'll set one to the north then. But where I am right now is perfect.
All right.
As I have my shield in my hand and talon in the. And actually, that gives me my 19 armor class. Is that right?
With your shield, you have a 19, I think.
Right. Yeah. So I have my shield and talon.
Yep.
Does talon like glow and kind of hum as the rain hits it?
It doesn't
No.
glow. It doesn't glow, but you can kind of feel like the water kind of just sheds right off of it. Like it doesn't really bead
Okay.
up like it would on normal metal. It just kind of hits it and just flies right off towards the ground.
Okay. Next question. Well, so the shield that I have, like I saw that it's just sort of a shield. How big would we say like this level of a shield is? Is it like a little round shield, or is it like? Because it's not like a big tower shield.
It's not going to be a tower shield, but I'll let you either say that it's a buckler or that it's a medium-sized.
So it's like the size of this. So it's like this pillow.
Sure. If you, that would be like the size. Well, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. And the other question is, do I have it fastened like to my forearm, and my hand is free, or do I hold on to it with my hand?
You tell me.
Oh, then I have it
Shield.
fastened onto my forearm. I'm able to fasten it to my forearm, so my
right.
hand is free. So I can like pick things up with it, but it's not like to use as a weapon. It's just to like I can dual wield with it, but it's more to like pick things up, and I can use my fingers as needed. So I could just do this if I needed to.
Okay.
All right.
If you're holding something else and not holding the shield handle though, it's not going to give you adequate as good of protection though because it'll spin around.
Fine,
on
that's
your
fine, that's
form.
fine. But like theoretically, if I wanted to just like okay, that's fine. I'll play this out. All right. So I'm right. So there's 5 feet of space in between us.
That's correct.
Okay. All right.
All right. So Targor kind of looks at you, looks at the crown, says, "Are you ready, meat?"
It's all yours. And what I would do is reach up, pick up the crown, and kind of like toss it up in the air at him, and then charge at him with my sword.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Let's. I like it. I like that.
Nick Heavy episode.
All right, change the channel.
So, hold on. Let me see what you've got going on here.
We're all gonna have our little episodes. I feel like. So
Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll performance.
Ah, that makes sense. I like that. This is going to be very good.
Solid.
strangely better than intimidation.
Garad the performer.
You're calling us.
When he's not tapering drapes, he's performing in front of audiences.
All right. So as you toss that, you see his eyes go wide, and he kind of loses his lock on you as he watches it in the air and reaches up towards it to grab it. I'm going to go ahead and say that you get you win initiative based upon that.
Right.
Nice.
And I swing. And then as he's doing that, I swing at him with Talon.
So you're going to take a step forward, I imagine.
Yes, I'm going to charge at him and swing at him with Talon.
All right, roll it.
I rolled 14.
Okay, great. He catches the crown. He sees Talon coming for him. Manages to just barely bring down the crown, and the crown connects with Talon and flies out of his hand a few feet to the east. You did not connect.
Okay. Crown's like right here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
say
So we
it's
can battle for the crowd, just so I can make sure. I want to keep track of where the.
Yep. All right, and so he is now gonna roll. And so he pulls his longsword up. He's kind of looking off to the side, trying to keep track of the crown himself. Swings down at you, but it's off and kind of glazes off of your armor, dinks off and into the grass.
Great. As it dinks off my armor, I'm going to take the opportunity to swing at him with a riposte.
All right. Nice.
Plus D8.
Dude. Nice.
Okay. What is the D8 for? Sorry.
That's the extra damage, right? I believe it's a D8.
And that's part of the riposte?
Yeah, because it's my die that I roll.
Oh, okay. So that is
superiority, yeah, which are D8s, yeah, superiority die. So,
got it.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. So as it gets off, and as it dinks off of your armor, kind of slides into the grass. He's caught off balance, and you pull Talon back, and you're able to thrust it up into his gut, and it goes in a little bit, and he screams out in pain and grabs hold of the blade with his hand, pulls it out, and pushes you back a few feet, and uses one hand to grasp at the open wound in his gut.
Okay.
He's,
bleeding?
he is that hurt him pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So as I pull that blade, I'm going to bring. So as I push the blade out, I'm now going to bring it back down on his neck, like on the back of his neck, like I'm trying to take his head off.
All right.
What?
How do you want to do this?
I told you what I want to do. Like as he pulls,
It's like a Mike Tyson fight, dude.
his sword hits me, and it glances off my armor, and I come down, and I come swinging down across his chest. And then in the next attack, like as he's like reeling back, my next attack is to come across my body and just straight across his throat and just like Arya him, and just like let his like throat slit. And he drops down to his knees and falls down.
Nice. Your blood's just spurting out like with every heartbeat, just flying out of his neck, out in front of him. And he falls face first into the mud. Steve, roll perception.
That was pretty great, right?
Jesus Christ! Best rolls ever.
You fucking killed that dude.
Perception, Steve. There we go. All right, so Steve, you see the hobgoblin up here just turn tail and start fucking running. This hobgoblin here, Recto, you notice him drop his sword and drop to his knees.
I pick up the sword.
All right.
Can I react to what I see as well, or no?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'd like to move my full movement to chase that grenade-throwing bastard.
All right, so you can get to.
He was acting under orders.
You can get all the way over to him.
No, I don't want to get all the way over. I want to.
Okay.
I want to get a range spell distance away.
Where? So tell me where you want to go.
I guess
You just
Ping-
need
ping
line
them
sight,
out.
right?
it's at least 5 feet away, right?
Okay, yeah. So you want to go here or here?
Yeah. Yeah. There'll be no range penalty from here, right? So.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, so I take
Right.
that and then bolt him.
All right, roll it.
Wait, real quick. Do we hear commotion being in the room over here?
You don't hear anything.
Good.
Hey, I got this deck of cards, Sig. Did you?
Wonder how it's going out there. All right, your eldritch bolt flies wide and off into the darkness. You can see one of Garad. You see the wolves kind of start to whine and poke their noses at Targor's body.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over here. I'm gonna pick up the crown,
All right, you do it.
and I'm gonna yell "Stop!"
Roll intimidation.
Oh, I should just work. I'm king of these guys.
You think of at least one guy that's running away.
I'll give you I'll give you an advantage on your intimidation.
And still,
It was good enough.
okay.
All right. This hobgoblin stops. He drops his long sword and puts his arms up in the air. He's still facing away from Steve.
Okay. Where? How many more are there? How many more are there of you? Are there?
The one down by Recto shouts out, "It's just the three of us, my lord."
1, 2, 3.
About to
And
be
the-
2 of them.
Okay, fuck it. Who's alright. Let's all Hey, someone else go. Roland, you guys can go while I'm doing this. Like Roland, Zigmondo, Granny, you guys have a minute. I need to collect myself. Recto, whenever you
Very
guys.
emotional time for Garad.
Yeah, I just know how to become king. I don't know how to manage people.
Like so many greats before you.
Why should we spare your life, goblin?
My lord, I live to serve the king of the castle. That's that one now, pointing at Garad.
As an out of character thing, what other quests do we need that these people, that we can have these like henchmen / that these things might know that can assist us with?
We're gonna go kill some goblins or trolls or something on the way over here.
Orcs.
And the mine.
Okay, so having henchmen here is probably like, having a network here is probably a good thing to have, and I need your help to kind of fill in the gaps of what we need.
How
Out of
many
character?
How many more patrols are there?
It was just us, my lord. Just us. You killed the rest.
Can I do an insight check to make sure he's telling the truth?
You sure can.
That'll show him.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
Okay. Where are the other castles?
Other castles, my lord. I'm afraid I don't know what you speak of. You can see the
Okay.
hobgoblin up here to the east of Steve start to inch away like he's stealing a base.
Okay. Oh, like he's inching to the east?
Yeah.
Let me shoot him, Garad. This one's trying to
Alright,
escape.
I look at this one. Alright, I glare. Do I have line of sight on this guy? Ish?
Ish.
Okay, I kind of glare at him. Do I make eye contact with him?
No, because he's facing away from you.
Okay. Get back here. As your king, get back here.
Roll intimidation with advantage.
I should really just have this hotkeyed right now by now, shouldn't I?
What's helpful is if you just double-click the header instead of closing your window. That way it'll just collapse.
God, we really got to up your intimidation modifier.
It's +2.
All right, so as you do that, he just starts to bolt.
It needs to be +12.
I look at Steve and I just nod.
I can still see him, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I I cast command and say stop.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Twist.
that's
All right.
actually
I'm not letting this guy go.
twist! I was letting you Eldritch Bolt his ass.
So he stops like almost mid stride, like he's got like one arm up in front of him, one arm to the back, doing like a running man pose. He stopped.
Okay. Well, at my next opportunity, I would like to carefully aim and then bolt him.
All right, go ahead, roll for it. I'll give you advantage on the attack. All right.
Oh, for Christ!
So
You're killing my
Four.
henchmen.
A 4.
yeah, but it does have the pushback. So Steve, is that to the east?
Well, if
Oh.
I thought it was if,
there a
if
ledge?
and to what extent I choose to apply it, which I wouldn't in this case.
How about this?
Especially
you fire
with a
that
four.
Eldritch Blast, it hits him in the back, sends him flying forward into the darkness. You hear a thud as he slams against a tree in the forest surrounding the castle and drops to the ground unconscious.
Okay, Garad, I got your other henchman.
Is there, okay, again, out of character, is there additional information we need to get out of these goblins regarding Gendrin? Or Gundren?
Who are you asking?
I don't think so.
Out of character? Out of character, the group. I mean, if the DM wants to provide, like, backstory that we would know that needs to be known.
I got nothing for you.
Okay.
What about these wolves? I turn to the hobgoblin. I say,
Yep.
what about these wolves?
They were Argor's hunting wolves, my lord.
I walk up to the wolves and pet them. As king, I pet them.
As king, I bet them.
All right, roll animal handling with
Jesus.
advantage.
Uh-oh.
Lucky you
Oh my
give
god,
an
that's the
advantage
thing.
on that one.
I totally missed that.
Like the wolf knows what a crown is.
He's got the hot rolls tonight.
Animal handling Taylor.
Fairly
All right,
fast.
they both of the wolves lick your hand, and kind of take a break from Targor's body, lick your hand, kind of look up at you, and they sit down and stare at you, obviously like showing themselves as being submissive.
Do they show their tummies? Can I rub their tummies?
You can rub their tummies.
I would like to walk over to Targor, carve out some of the meat from his bones, and feed it to the wolves.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so
Yeah, that was my next. That was one. I was chosen between one of the two.
Well, what alignment are you?
He's dead. What do you want me to do? He's gone.
so Recto kind of pulls Targor's limp body up a little bit by one of his arms, takes out a knife from his pack, and kind of carves muscle right off the arm. Tosses two big chunks of muscle and flesh to each of the wolves, and they kind of look at the meat and then immediately look up at Garad.
As a who's a good wolf, and I give them the I give them the muscles.
All right, they eat it up. They eat it up. They're so happy. They're
I name the wolves John, Michael, and Montgomery.
Okay. Well, while those shenanigans are going on, Steve would like to walk over to the window, poke his head in, say, "Come on out, guys. We're done out here. Garad killed him," and then go pick up this guy and start dragging him back.
Do you poke
Alright.
your head through the arrow hole?
Yeah.
That's great.
You guys
All right,
still
so
in there?
So you've got that guy there.
What's with this dude right here?
Oh, good question. So he doesn't know what's going on really.
So that's
Oh, we need to fix that.
Uh-oh. So we're going to rush out and murder him, is that...
Why don't
is that
you
the plan?
feed him
No,
some of
we
these
don't
guys?
want 'em.
Nope, it's
Why
not
don't
up to
you feed
us,
him
Garad. We're not there.
I would like
I know.
to clear out the door.
Okay, so Zygmundo, you stick your head out the door. You see the hobgoblin. Roll perception. Actually, roll insight. Sorry.
Is he still intimidated by me?
You can see that hobgoblin is really worried.
Actually, in general, because I made again as a DM question. Sorry.
Yep.
Because I've rolled an intimidation check and we've done all this stuff. Is he's still intimidated by me, or was it just a one-time? I flexed, he jumped. That was the intimidation roll.
In that case, it was basically that was it.
Okay.
You might get advantage for intimidating him in the future because of that, but
Okay.
you didn't try to do anything. So
Right. Okay. No, again, that was just a DM question. I didn't know how you were.
he'll remember that and he'll react based upon having remembered that.
But it
he already
doesn't,
flexed once.
I will not forever intimidate him.
No.
Right. There's not really hard rules around it, so it's just DM interpretation.
Yeah. So this guy looks super worried. You guys, all of you, until you heard Steve shout, telling you that through the window, you don't think the hobgoblin heard all of that, if he heard any of it.
Right.
But it's been that fight was over pretty quickly. You can tell that he is just really concerned that he hasn't heard anything in the last 3 or so minutes, and he doesn't really know what to do with himself. So he kind of looks at you a little bit, Zig, but he doesn't have the pomp and circumstance that he had when the first couple of guys walked out of the room. He's kind of paying you no mind.
Paying me no mind. Okay. So if he's paying me no mind, I'm going to make my way across over to the other door right there.
Okay,
And I
so
motion
you walk.
for the others to come with me.
You walk out there. This hobgoblin kind of starts to step forward a little bit and just kind of lean forward to look out the door as much as he can.
He wants to know what's going on too. Poor bastard.
All right.
I'll come down. I guess I'll just look at Granny and say, because one of us has got to stay here at Gundren. So,
Yeah, she nods and says, "I'll stay."
all right, I will head out as well. Give a stink eye to our friend to the south.
All right, he steps back again.
And I join the crew. Right there.
All right. So you guys have one knocked out hobgoblin. You've got one submitted hobgoblin. There's another hobgoblin back inside who's becoming increasingly agitated.
Wait,
What do
which
you do?
one? This guy?
By you guys, you mean King Garad does? Sorry. All right.
Are you wearing the crown?
Yes, I am. Did I not clarify that? I'm sorry. I did go over and pick up the crown because I tried to pick up the crown and picked up the crown and then yelled to stop to that guy over there.
Yeah, I remember you picked it up. I just didn't know what you did.
Yeah.
with it.
Okay. Yeah. I put it back on my head and I'm trying to balance it while communicating to everyone.
I think the term is don. You donned the crown.
You donned it. Where is Garad actually?
Right there.
He's to the south of the two wolves.
Heading
Wolves.
his wolves.
Yeah, I'm paying my wolves.
Okay.
John Michael on the left and Montgomery on the right. Okay. Yeah, you guys go ahead. I've done enough. You guys, by all means, you guys take the store over for a few minutes. I'd
like to look over at him,
You're
both
magnanimous,
my
kid.
hands to the side, and shrug my shoulders in the fact of what the hell you're wearing my crown. I'm not going to question him because I see something else is going on.
Oh, that's
But
funny.
I'm going to give him a what the fuck.
It's true. You didn't imply you'd get it back.
But I will see that he is doing work while wearing it, so I will allow him to keep wearing my crown.
I'll just like Garad now. I'll be like, I got your stupid henchman over here. I dragged him back. If you want anything from him, let me know. If not, let's just kill him.
I want everyone. I want these henchmen alive.
All right.
I want an army. I want to start forming an army.
Well, these guys kind of suck, but okay. But you owe
They
me
have
one
fun.
because I really want to kill this grenade throwing bastard.
You don't know he threw the grenade?
Pretty sure. Sure enough.
Roll a grenade check.
No. Steve knows what he knows.
Alright. Yeah, so Recto, Granny, you guys...
Steve
Roland,
also
Zig.
suggests you might want to let that other guy go know that you're his king now.
It wouldn't hurt.
Oh, you named him already, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's quick.
So, I'm gonna do, doing a quick head count, I realize that there are only 2 hobgoblins up here. So, I'm gonna go back down to this direction and tell this guy to, as your king, I can... Come out here!
So,
Join the party.
all right, roll intimidation with advantage.
There it is.
This isn't gonna go well. Oh, thank God for advantage.
Yeah. All right. So, you hear the hobgoblin from down the hall shout out, "What happened to Targor?"
I'm king now. Look at me. I am the king now.
A lot
Do
happened to Targor.
You point to both of your eyes.
Yeah, I am the king now.
He's wolf food.
So you see the hobgoblin kind of very slowly kind of step forward, sees you.
If I wanted you dead, I'd have killed you by now. Just come out here.
All right, he kind of doesn't know what to do with himself. Is clearly pretty terrified. Walks a little bit closer. Doesn't
All right.
seem inclined to get any
I
closer.
sheath. All right, I sheath talon.
All right, you can see him. His shoulders relax a little bit, but he's still pretty scared.
Okay. I kind of do one of those just back up and kind of give him leeway, and I'm still holding my shield in my hand, but I will. I want to everyone's going to join together right now so that we can figure out what our next steps are.
So you're motioning him into the room that
Yes.
everybody else is in? All right, so let's say you step back a little bit, and he kind of comes in. You
And I
walk up
squish
to the door.
over the body of Kargor, King Grall.
Yeah. All right, and
I
so the
step
two.
over him. So my nuts are right over his dead body.
Okay. So the one hobgoblin kind of goes over and joins the other over by Recto. He kind of looks around. He sees the dead body of Targor. He sees the alert and attentive and non-combative wolves. Sees, as far as he can tell, the third one's dead, laying down over there by Steve. He's pretty worried and kind of moves in pretty close to the other standing hobgoblin.
Okay. Looking at Recto, I say, search the body, and I point to Targor, or whatever his name was.
All right.
I stab
Purely
Garad.
as
No, I'm
a,
kidding. I don't.
Purely as a power trip to keep a facade going, not a.
I'll let you guys
Sure.
work that out.
I'll search it. Sure.
I'll allow it.
Is it obvious?
Yeah. Steve won't view
Is
it.
it obvious too?
Steve won't pick up on your ruse that easily.
So, Recto, what do you do in response to
Pretty much, Roland.
Garad's command?
I stab Garad. No, I don't. I'm kidding. I'll search. I'll search through. You're talking about the hobgoblins?
The body of the guy who
Yeah,
challenged
sure.
me.
I'll search him.
Targor?
Yeah.
All right, so you find a little bit of silver, not much. You do find a sack, a large
balls?
sack. No, it's a large sack. It's probably
Nice, Garad. Nailed it.
That's really
very
a chuckle.
Very
it
king-like.
has it's kind of coated in blood. It's pretty large. It could probably fit something the size of, say, like a volleyball inside of it, and it does have something inside of it.
I'll look inside the sack of the
All right.
volleyball.
You find a severed elf head.
I knew it.
What's in the bag, man? What's in the bag?
This joke.
I turn to the hobgoblins. I say, "Who is this?"
Oh, one of the elves, my lord, Targor, and we and Targor, we were sent out by King Grall to battle the elves. We take our trophies to bring back to King Grall.
What elves?
The elves in the forest to the east.
Uh-oh.
Where's the rest of your army?
Army.
Where's the rest of your group?
I think we
This
killed
is
them.
it. This is it,
Okay.
my lord.
This is
Where
your
can
army.
we? Okay. Do you have? Do you work with other groups?
My lord, you've killed Targor. It's your castle now. Please, just let us go.
No, you are mine now. We will now. I am the new
Do these elves have a village?
Yes, my lord. They do have a village to the east.
Do you know what they call themselves?
Oh, we don't spend too much time talking to them.
Where are they? Can you show us where they are? I mean, like you say they to the east. Can they show us where they are? We are your king now. We are your king now. So you will answer all of our. So we will all. So you'll answer all of our questions.
Of course, my lord. Of course. I would be happy to show you where they are, but it is a hard day's march.
Why were you sent there?
They are our enemy. We kill them. They kill us.
So Steve just sort of quietly mentions to Garad, if we take them over there, they're gonna want to kill them.
I am more interested in growing the numbers than I am of these people engaging in combat.
Yeah, you're not gonna grow their numbers by taking them to an elf camp.
You're gonna have to set up a recruitment camp, and then there's
what's the
vouchers
long-term
involved.
I know, and then I gotta set up benefits, and it's a whole 401k.
I gotta tell you, they gotta raise taxes, dude. I'm
The
telling you.
paperwork is gonna be monstrous for this.
One of the hobgoblins says, "My lord, can I ask about dental?"
I punch his teeth out.
Here's your dental, and I punch him right in the teeth.
I beat you to that joke.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
Go back to the tape, you'll hear it.
Well, while these shenanigans are going on, Steve heads back towards Granny to let her know we should probably get Gundren out of here.
We gotta get him out.
Sure.
All right. So are you guys?
What are you doing with Gundren?
Hi, Steve. How's it
Taking him
going
to where
out
he wants to go, I guess. He's our employer, technically. King
I'm
Garad.
asking the hobgoblins. What are you doing with Gundren?
Got it.
My lord, I don't know which one of you is Gundren.
The dwarf.
He looks around
Oh,
pretty
bye-bye.
confused.
It's my niece.
In the back room.
My lord, we just hunt with Targor. I
Okay,
don't
whatever.
know.
You annoy me.
Kill him.
No, I want to have an army.
So he immediately silences himself and kind of looks down at the ground.
For what?
Why not?
An army of 2?
Hi, Steve.
And John Michael Montgomery.
Hey,
Hi,
Granny.
Steve. How's it
Good
going?
to see you, man. So, Garad is taking kingship of a bunch of losers out there, but it occurs to me that we still have this dwarf that technically did hire us for some amount of money to do something
That's
for him.
what we're trying. Yes.
When he comes around, can you ask him where he wants to be dropped off? Or
I think we should get him back to Fandolin.
Take me back to Fandolin, lads, and I'll make sure you get your reward.
I'd like to whisper in Garad's ear, too. Remember whose crown that is and whose army you're building.
My army, your crown.
This sounds like a great distraction. Gundren, let's get you back to the horse and head back to Fandolin.
I can
Dr.
help
Fathorse
with that,
better
too, as
be
well.
there.
If we can get him back any faster, if I can... Well, actually, I can only shapeshift for an hour, so that really doesn't help. I
no,
guess. I was going to say, because I could...
just
I could
separate you
Oh my
from the
God.
group.
You should shapeshift into like a giant eagle and fly him back.
I can't
Okay,
fly.
so
I
it
can't
is
fly
probably it's probably around midnight right now.
So
Are you guys taking? So are you taking Gundren back to Dr. Fathorse? What's happening with the hobgoblins?
That's what Granny encourages Steve to help her do, is to
Yet.
take
So
Gundren
Steve
out.
helps.
So the two of you are taking Gundren back to Dr. Fathorse.
Correct.
All right. You make it back pretty uneventfully. As you make your way to the west, Granny, you get to see a little bit of the scene of what's going on to the north. You see a couple hobgoblins standing up, kind of huddled together, clearly fearful for their lives. You see kind of Recto, you see Roland, you see Garad kind of just mincing about, not accomplishing too much. Every now and then Garad shouts at people.
He's doing
Don't worry about it,
great
Granny.
at
It's all
protecting them.
pretty stupid. I'll tell
And
you on the way home.
I would like to. I would
I-
like to mention. I'd like to mention over to them. Are you taking him back?
That's the plan.
I'd like to help in that. I'd like to help in that.
All right, so you go with them.
All hands welcome.
With a point as I walk past Garad at the crown and then back to me.
You still owe me.
All right.
Just reminding.
Garad, can we sidebar?
Can we talk more?
Yeah. So that's fine. Yeah.
I
What I was just gonna do out of character is my plan was say I'm gonna free them. I'm gonna say you guys are free, but I'm not dealing with you right now, but I am your king, and I will request that I can beckon for you whenever I need to, but that I am not going to, in whatever kind of orcish terms that like hobgoblins say this, is like I'm not micromanaging your lives. I am not going to be your king. I'm not going to manage everything that you do. You go do you, but I will call upon you when I need you.
Of course, my lord. Just.
But I want to take John Michael and Montgomery with me.
Of course, my lord. Stop by any time. It's your castle. We will be here.
Okay, and I'll actually leave the dogs in their care.
Okay. You do that.
I'd like to
All right,
suggest
so
we take the wolves with us.
I don't want to have to deal with the wolves in a role-playing aspect of it, and I think there's extra stuff that Troy has to manage, and I don't think that that's fair to him and stuff to do. So I'd rather leave the dogs here.
Who is Troy?
I mean, Troy, is that?
Look, I would say don't ever you don't have to make decisions.
Take the wolves, man.
I want pet wolves, Garad. I want pet wolves.
Does Rector have animal
All
handling?
right. So now that so my question is, since I rolled that animal handling skill, are they my dogs now?
As of right now, they are responding quite nicely to you. It's not a magical bond.
If we want to take dogs, by all means, I will take wolves with me. That's
If
fine.
you feed them, they love you. It's weird how it works with dogs. And
Who's a pretty dog? All right, I'll take them. Yeah, but I feel like the dogs would be a good protection for these hobgoblins.
even if they just get us back to where we're going.
All right, fine. I'll take them with us. We can take them with us. That's fine. I mean, who am I to say no to having a dog?
2 dogs.
Okay.
But they need
Yep,
names.
John Michael and Montgomery.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that
Oh, that's
not,
right. You named them.
Is that not fair? Should I rename them?
No, it's
Names
cool.
to be determined later.
Before we
Why would
we
so,
all-
Ray and Cyrus.
leave,
so let me ask this,
because-
Nick. Would Garad name them John Michael and Montgomery?
No, he wouldn't. No, I don't think you're actually. I actually don't think Garad wants a dog. Garad doesn't actually want to deal with dogs. That's why I don't think that. That's why I want to leave them there, because I think that Garad would say that the dogs are better served protecting the hobgoblins in the castle and using them as a recruitment tool for their armies. So I actually don't even think Garad would take the wolves with them.
Okay, Recto. I mean, you did slice off some meat for them before. If you really feel strongly about taking them,
Just take them, man.
Garad, if you don't want these wolves, I would like to have them with us. I feel like they would provide a benefit to us.
I would rather have them be. I would rather have them serve the castle and be used to as recruitment tools, and to have them build the army than to be a part of our party.
How is a wolf gonna recruit? Put a hat on and dance? What are we
I
talking
growl
about
and be
here?
like, I'm the king. It's my king. I'm the king, and I don't want my dogs coming with me.
Okay. Well, I look forward to never visiting this storyline ever again, and leaving these wolves here to die. And let's move along.
all right. So, Garad, do you make your way to Dr. Fat Horse alongside everybody else?
Yes.
Zigmundo, or you? Last I saw, you were over there with the hobgoblins and the wolves.
No, I moved with the other party.
Okay.
But
Great.
I was asking, we did loot everything, right?
You guys looted a fair amount before the battle with Targor. Recto did loot Targor's corpse, but that's about it.
All right. I'm okay with that. Let's go.
Yeah, we don't need the pocket change. That
We got the horse, right? We got the horse.
You have Dr. Fathorse.
yes, Dr. Fathorse lived.
Good to see you, Dr. Fathorse.
Question for the DM. They said there was
Yes.
a elf camp to the east.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
in the woods, like probably more northeast. Yeah,
Okay.
That
so
was a
we're
good
talking
tidbit.
in the
it's in the
darkness,
Neverwinter Woods.
in the darkness above us here, probably.
Perhaps.
You probably can't tell us that, so I don't know why I'm asking. Okay, let's move along. Sorry.
Maybe
We're
your
not going
wolf
that
should have
way
answered
anyway.
that for
Did you-
Perhaps if a wolf could like smell things out and like lead us somewhere, but
I
that's
know.
okay.
If only we had a wolf that could help us with that.
I know.
Did-
Ah, man, if only we had a character that's a shape changer, that'd be awesome.
or even a dire wolf, maybe. That's intelligent.
Next time we find somebody with a stone hand, we should take him with us. We could.
Hey.
All right, so the party leaves the castle that they were trying to sleep in around midnight. Make their way back to Dr. Fathorse. Load him up. Pop Gundren atop the saddle so that he can be carried. What do you guys do?
We should
Start
head
heading
back.
back to Fandolin.
Fenelon, right?
Yeah.
All right, so in the middle of the night, you guys have had no rest.
Correct.
We had
You're
our
just gonna
short rest.
You're gonna start just trucking south.
Yep.
Keep on trucking.
All right. Okay. So,
Goodbye, new friends. Goodbye, hobgoblins and wolves. We love you guys.
all right.
Have
Hold
fun.
on.
Have fun repairing the castle.
Clean this mess up.
Okay. Let's see. Give me a minute.
Oh, this is real nice being Roman.
It may have actually been faster just to kill them all. But not as fun. That was great. That was a great scene.
Well,
All
real
right.
Was a good
Island
scene.
parents, let that be known.
So you guys are able to make it back to the road by around midday with no incident.
Damn, that was lucky. That was super lucky.
Would you guys like to try to camp maybe and take a long rest here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all
Steve-
sort of like
Steve
Yeah.
is very
Crawling
grumpy
along.
and sleepy.
Long rest would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys set up camp. One of you kind of breaks out the rations, cooks it for everybody else. Everybody gets to have a nice meal, probably their first meal in like 2 days.
Somebody mentioned cards.
Who cooks?
Granny.
Granny cooks.
Oh.
Well done.
I would think Roland could cook too. He's a hermit. He's got to cook for himself somehow.
Okay. You guys bond over the stove.
Yeah.
What does Granny like to cook?
She was going for a stew, something
I
nice.
say
and hot.
Roland's probably a vegetarian. Fucking
No.
druids.
Yeah.
They're
I don't
so-
want any roughage.
Bring random strain.
I assume rations include a lot of like biscuit.
Do you think
hot
he's
tap.
Do you think he's a vegetarian when he's a wolf too?
Huh.
I don't
do-
know. He
I
was
do
licking
not.
his balls.
I do
what
not
does that tell us?
He's gay.
All right. Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and take a 5-minute bio/alcohol break?
Was this a long rest?
This
reset.
It's about to try to be.
we're gonna find out.
Okay.
Let me go
Okay.
back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, then I need to.
All right. Be back here in like 5 minutes.
Sounds good. Yeah, Meryl.
He's gone.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody's watching the game today, but Chris Thompson is like the best tool that the Redskins have.
Yeah, but he has a big game like this every like 1 or 2 of these every
This is
year.
his third game like this.
Second. I'll
Third.
give him second.
Yeah, he had a big game for week 1 too.
I don't know. I wouldn't buy in on him personally.
I have him in our Dynasty League. Did I start him this week? No, I did not.
I'd say I'd rather have him than Thomas Rawls, but I'm not.
I would give you that based on the offense alone.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a lot of people that are other than Thomas Rawls though.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's
So-
like
I'm gonna let you. I know that was a very me-heavy instance for the first hour and a half. So thank you guys for letting me do that. But so I'm gonna try very hard to let you guys.
no, it was fun.
take
It was a
That's
cool
fun.
scene,
Mm-hmm.
and you slaughtered that guy. That wasn't even close.
No. That was fun. I'm glad that it's just sort of like, this is how we're gonna get out of the situation. Is I'm just gonna do one-on-one combat and
I
we'll
was
see what
like,
happens.
oh, this is gonna be live. This is gonna be a real fight. And then you're just like, whoop, head off.
Fun.
We're all like, oh, better heal you. We didn't need to touch you. You would have been fine.
No.
Fun stat today on the Eagles win. Jake Elliott kicked 107 yards worth of field goals in the final 55 seconds to tie and win the game.
Jesus.
Because I think he hit like a close to 50-yarder, and then he hit a 61-yarder to win the game.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. By the way, sometimes some of these instances and fights and stuff like that, they go to one character versus another just based upon their skill set and their ability. Like, you were probably the best one to kind of 1v1 someone, so
Yeah.
you know, it's what happens,
No,
man.
things occur, it's just,
Nobody cares. It's all part of it because
Right.
we'll all have our time and place.
It'll all run around.
You know.
Yeah, no, I just like that was my story. Like,
No,
Definitely
don't feel
fine.
bad about it. I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody has their time when they do their own thing, and
man.
it
I
takes
am
up a
mad.
little bit of time. It's cool.
I just wanted some wolves. That's all.
I didn't want to have to deal with managing wolves, and I actually think that I would rather have the wolves protecting my castle, and the 2 extra bodies to protect the castle and to.
That is the saddest little kingdom
way-
that you have there
By
right
the way,
now. By the way,
we're gonna have a discussion about that crown because that's already built into my kit now, man.
I know you can get it back. You can get it back. You can get the crown back now.
There's
You
already
know how he
discussions
gets it
about-
back? He turns into a fucking spider, webs you, and then just takes it. That's what he does.
yeah, wouldn't it be awesome? Because then every time he turns into an animal, it could have the crown on it. People would be like, "Oh no, I'm facing the king spider,
It's gonna be
king of
great.
all spiders."
The Rat King.
The rat king.
I was a rat king for a while there because I had the crown on. I was a rat.
I give you the crown back.
Nice.
Fuck the Red King.
That was the saddest kingdom in the world. You had 3 dumb henchmen
Hey,
and
how
a
many
couple
kingdoms
of
do you
dogs.
have? How many kingdoms do you have?
You don't know me. You don't know me.
What's a runny meat taco?
Look, it was a response to Granny's comment.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Harney steak and ale pie, but substitute jerky for steak, water for ale, and hardtack for crust.
Hey, man,
a runny meat taco then
Are
with
we
a
all
hard
back?
crust like a Taco Bell chalupa.
I
we're all back.
What you got?
All right.
Yeah.
That's alright. I like
Alright.
Taco Bell.
I love
So-
Taco Bell.
So the 6 of you plus Gundren, plus Dr. Fat Horse, you guys set camp, get a nice meal. You take your watches. You make it all the way through the night peacefully with no other events.
Whoop whoop.
Excellent.
Great.
You wake up in the morning.
Wait,
Are you
Is that-
taking the trail into Phandalin?
wait.
I'm sorry. Did that indicate a long rest?
That was a long rest.
So we get half our hit dice back, right?
Just go ahead and wait until we get to Phandalin, if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, yeah, absolutely.
I've got to recharge my staff, yo.
Is that where you're going? Are you going to Phandalin?
We are going
Yes,
to Phandalin.
We want to
yes.
get Gundren
Yeah.
home. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys make it back
See how
to
Group is
Phandalin.
doing.
Exactly.
It's a long rest, and
It's Droop.
you guys all.
It's not group. It's Droop.
Yeah, it's
Whatever.
Droop.
Our group is
You're all-
doing fine.
You're all level 4 long rest.
Sweet.
Dang it! Holy
Oh,
shit.
boy.
Happy day.
Alright, well.
I wish you told us that before the break. 'cause
Yeah.
I could have been looking up spells.
Could have been
Yeah,
adding
instead
my
of
stuff.
bullshitting.
And before you level up, don't forget to check out my guide to multi-classing.
So wait, so what does that mean for our current hit points?
It means that you roll another hit dice
That's what
whatever
our
your
max
dice
hit
is.
points are, but we don't. Do we get our current hit points back? Like,
Well, you're also getting a long rest,
okay, cool.
so they're kind of tied together.
I like it. And we got our
So
hit dice back.
is everybody
or no?
gonna roll in the chat?
You
And
get
you
your hit
roll
dice back as part of being a long rest. Technically, you get half your hit dice back. Round it up.
It's actually half hit dice rounded up. So
Got another 6. Fuck.
Boom!
So Recto, if that 6 is below the mark that is in the player's handbook, you
Yeah, I
can use
know.
that.
We take the minimum. Yeah.
So
I
to
never
level-
roll like better than what the minimum is.
I forget
I
to
gotta look
level
that
up.
up.
To level up.
Oh, that's definitely below my minimum.
Yeah.
No, fuck it. You know, I should take 5. I rolled it.
No, you shouldn't.
No, just take. Yeah, I mean,
As our tank,
it's
please
up to you.
don't.
All right. So what is the rule? So I'm sorry.
It depends
Actually,
on
where do I see? Where do I find the rule?
it's
I'm
in your
sorry.
class. It's under your class traits.
It's in your thing.
Thank you.
Most of us get ability score improvements at level 4.
yes,
Or a feat.
Nope.
Very cool.
Nope. I'm taking a feat. I have the
Oh
feat.
shit! What feat are you taking?
Lucky.
Lucky?
Lucky's silly, dude.
Dude, what are you doing?
I'm taking lucky. You just said it's gonna be great.
He's like, nope, I get advantage on this roll.
Yeah. No, it's like I have inspiration 3 times every time.
You know
Every
what?
day.
Go with your heart.
Yeah, and that's all Steve. Yeah, I'm gonna really enjoy it. I'm gonna really enjoy this. I can
Are
tell.
you sure you don't want to just crank up your charisma?
I'm gonna do it the next time.
I'm cranking up
I'm
my
gonna crank
dice.
up charisma. And,
Just to be clear, I'm not gonna police that. So like, you're in charge of tracking it.
You like
what's that?
plans?
The stats?
No, the lucky. Like, how many times have you rolled between long rests and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. Where would you like me to mark it on my character sheet?
Just somewhere.
Up your butt.
Boom, up your butt.
On the character
Oh,
sheet.
So on the character sheet, there's
That's not where I keep it.
Hillers. There's a category that says other resource all the way on the right, next to your
That's a good place.
like right under your flaws. Maybe you could try that.
Oh, okay.
If you haven't already used that, that would be a good.
Other class resource. Luck and 3. Perfect.
There you go. I'm taking mobile or athlete. Sorry,
Oh, that's cool.
I'm now.
Mobile would be
You can
insane
choose to
for
spend
you.
your luck point.
By the way,
Well,
I can make
mobile would be good, but I
farther.
don't get extra dex by doing that. And
Yeah.
I
So
want
it's not
to.
actually.
I can actually make you
advantage.
move even farther too with some abilities. Ooh, I can wild shape even more now too. I think.
Troy,
It's
you
like
and I need to
advantage
talk
plus.
about climbing at some point.
All right.
Let's talk
We can do
about
that.
climbing.
Let's do it now. I want to know.
Like, am I Ezio Auditore or what's the deal here? That's what we need to figure out. So.
You're more like Jason.
Nathan Drake.
If you don't have a climbing speed, then you're not really any of those.
Well,
guys.
everybody has a
Oh.
climbing speed. There's that's in the
Right.
handbook.
Is. I'm sorry. Are you done? Are you done, Meryl?
I guess. Yeah, I think so.
So we're talking about the hit points. It says 1d10 or 6. Never mind. I get it. It's 8.
Good talk.
That's ridiculous. Why would I not just take an 8 every time?
Because you could roll higher.
You could
Right.
roll higher.
Right, like you could roll a 13. What's your constitution?
But I get +2.
So I'm taking.
Yeah,
mobile.
so you
I'm
could roll a
I'm
12.
increasing my dex by 1. Hello.
Wait a minute. What dice am I rolling for the level gaining?
Cantrip and a
For help?
You need to look at what the wizard.
Roll.
Spells
Just
for the
roll
wizard
your hit
It's
points.
not a 1d4
Your hit dice.
anymore, right? It's 1d6.
Start with that.
Right.
Okay, so you probably.
So you rolled a 2. You're not going to take that. You're going to take whatever the well. You're going to take a 3 plus 2. You're going to take. You get 5.
Really hard for
This
mages.
the roll that says rolling 1d6 plus 2, which is 5 plus 2 is 7. That's what I did based off of what I was reading in the book. Because
Okay.
6 is my hit dice plus my.
Got it. Okay,
Okay.
then take 7.
Yes. All right. Cool.
All right.
Just wanted to double check that I did that right.
When you guys are increasing your ability score,
Nice,
Boom.
Granny. Look at
That's how
that.
you do it.
Whoa.
Ah,
Critted
well
it.
done.
Look at this guy.
so
He's a pro.
if you guys were to take the ability score improvement, you get +1 per ability score.
plus
You basically
2,
get 2.
or
Okay, oh, that's what I was asking. Do you? All right, I didn't know if that was a
or
warrior
you
fighter
can split it. You can split it across.
So you get 2 points to get.
you get
Yeah.
2
You get
points.
2.
You can
You
add
basically
anywhere.
get 2 in general.
Yeah.
To use.
Okay, so I think I've picked my new cantrip.
Cool.
Let's see.
I think I should probably shift my. I don't know. Do you guys think Granny's more of a neutral good or a chaotic good character?
Chaotic
Neutral
good.
good.
You killed a guy after walking past him.
Well,
That was
he
a
did
one-time
betray us.
thing.
Neutral good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve is
I'll
chaotic
leave it.
good.
I'll
Oh
leave it
boy. Pillars.
Steve, as
But
a side note,
Shillelagh
you
might be coming
chaotic
back.
Evil.
Do it.
Oh, really?
Shillelagh time.
Shalaglag!
Shakalaka.
This is my new cantrip. Chill touch.
Chill touch.
Hey,
Nice.
Which
That's a smart choice because now you have a melee attack.
I have a melee attack that Hansy can also deliver, and it stops
Yeah.
regeneration of hit points. And undead have disadvantage on attacks if you do that to them.
Why does Hansi get it?
Because he delivers my touch ranged spells.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
Yeah. That's
Jesus
the thing about
Christ.
familiars are really cool. Oh yeah. By the way, if anybody else wants a familiar like Hansy, you can take the ritual caster feat
Yep.
and pick wizard, and just take the find familiar spell as one of your rituals.
If you guys want to see me
Look
rage
terrible.
quit, why don't you all take the
Biters.
Yeah,
You bunch of biters.
Oh, that's fantastic.
it would make sense for James Buck to eventually get a familiar if he so
It's-
desires.
I will say that most familiars are not
Hey,
handsy.
it's me, Luigi.
They can't all go invisible. They can't all fly. None
Right,
of
that's true. Hansy is
He's a mushroom head.
special.
Hansy's is very special.
Hey, I'll give you a flower. You can shoot the fireballs. There's a star. You are now invincible.
So I've got a question for you guys. Do you guys want to try and do some stuff in town of Phandalin, or do you guys want to just level up and call it a night? What is?
Oh god, if we level up and call it a night, I'd almost might be happy with that. I'm so tired.
Well, I mean, like,
kind of
let's get our rewards and check on everybody and see where we're
yeah,
at.
I think we are way overdue for just a generic town session of.
We have a booming business to be able to check in on.
Yeah, man, we got a couple of
Yeah,
businesses.
how much gold do we get from the bar and the tanner that we have?
I'm pretty sure Troy said none. Like we're not gonna.
We've been
that's
gone
not a thing
about
that's gonna
24
happen.
hours.
It's the next day.
Although it would be pretty
You guys
funny
are
if you
in
just
a
show back
shitty
up
bar.
at like the completely destroyed and like empty woodworker's shop and like look at Troop like, so how much you
Troop's
got
like-
for me?
Got it running.
we're back.
Or the
How-
flames
yeah.
from Tressender
Okay.
Manor actually engulf the entire town, and the whole thing.
Right,
is gone.
seriously, they
We
might
come back
still
to
be
a
burning.
smoking ruin.
So as you guys enter back into the town of Phandalin in the morning, you can see that the flames have burnt out at the manor above the town, but you can actually still see a little bit of smoke kind of still rising as the embers kind of burn underneath. But the major flames have gone out. As you kind of walk into the town, you notice that a lot of the townspeople see you, recognize you, and are happy to see you.
That's good. It's all about that
There we go,
rapport.
Feats.
Hello, townspeople. Hello, townspeople.
We're back.
Where do we need to deliver Gundren? Where do we just like go dump him on the doorstep? Where does that happen?
Should we take
It's
him
like a
to
bad
the
bachelor
Sleeping
party.
Real bad.
So as you guys get closer, Gundren starts to come to. He says, Phandalin, thank you, lads. Take me to see the town master."
Shitty ass town master.
Let's go. You guys good with that?
Let's take
Yeah.
him to the town master's hall.
All right.
Okay. So you guys make your way through the town. You go past the town square. As you're going past, even more people see you. Kind of, they're pointing, they're cheering a little bit. You
Nice.
hear a couple kids go, "It's the flames! The flames!" and kind of run to go grab
We
their.
prefer sunshine carpet cleaners.
That's right, kids. All hail the Fabric Slayer.
And
New king of some bums.
So you make your way to the Townmaster's Hall, and now you're all in front of it. You've got Dr. Fat Horse, the whole thing.
Do we have to escort him in? Like, is there a reward waiting for us? I can't remember how this works.
Yeah, escort him in and say,
Yeah,
hey,
we take him in.
we brought him, Sildar. Take care of this guy.
All
Yeah.
right, so
walk him into
maybe
the
one of you
Townmaster's
goes
Hall.
up and opens the door, knocks on it, something like that.
Yeah, Granny will go ahead and knock on the door.
All right, so
Our
after a few moments,
diplomacy officer.
so after a few moments, Harbin Weston opens the door. He's a little bit surprised to see you. Kind of gives you more of like a curt kind of hey. But then he, something catches his eye. He sees Gundren. His eyes go wide. He goes, "Gods, you found him!" And you see him kind of lean back behind the door and shout for Sildar. "Sildar, get down here!" And kind of hearing that, you see Gundren kind of shake to a little bit more than the normal. "Sildar, I thought he was dead."
This guy that just came down the stairs, which is the one that has the tattoo, which I may or may.
Harbin
Townmaster.
Harbin is the name of the Townmaster who has the tattoo on his forearm.
Okay,
Yeah.
and did you say Harbin is here or not?
He is. He's the one standing at the door.
Yep.
Okay.
He answered the door. Yeah. And Sildar came down.
Sure. So Sildar kind of makes his way downstairs. He rushes. You can kind of hear thud, 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 as he like runs down the stairs. Kind of shoves right past Harbin. Kind of
We
nudges
managed
you
to-
out of the way, Granny.
We managed to get him here in mostly one piece. You'll be glad to hear.
And you see Sildar. He's just shocked, and Gundren. Oh gods! Thank you all for finding him. I told you there'd be a reward, and by gods, there will be a reward. Gundren, we've got to get you inside. I can't believe you're still alive. You hear Gundren go, same to you, lad. Same to you.
We found the hobgoblins that took him, and we learned a lot of information about them about who captured Gundren and who was ordered to take him.
And Sildar kind of nods his head. Oh, that's good, guys. That's good. But seems far more interested in just getting Gundren inside.
How's
We
the
can-
Townmaster react to that news?
Mm.
Roll insight.
Okay.
Nice.
He seems interested, like maybe curious,
Yeah.
but not particularly worried.
Okay.
Fair enough.
We came across the black spider in our travels.
Fair enough. May as well be honest.
Smushed him.
Nope. Oh,
So Sildar
Don't say
continues
that.
to kind of. So Sildar is helping Gundren down from the saddle, and kind of again is almost more like just placating you guys. Oh, black spider, yeah, that's great, guys. Hope you killed it.
Can I make a perception? May I make a?
Killed it.
What is it you want to make, Nick?
All right. I know what you're going to say, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to make a perception check. And you tell me how well I do on this perception check, and I'll tell you what I do.
I don't
think it works like
so
That's
wait,
not the way it works.
who's the DM here?
Whisper to him what you
So
want.
what I'm looking for is a tattoo that I saw earlier on him. Is for the tattoo on his forearm. I feel like a 13 is something that I might be able to have seen. So I'm looking for that tattoo on his arm again.
Fine. So he's holding the door open with the arm that has the tattoo on it, and you can see just a little bit of the tattoo peeking out through from past his sleeve.
Okay. This is just to make sure, asking the DM, this tattoo matches the markings that we've seen previously regarding the spider, mark of the spider, and all that other stuff that we've seen so far?
No, I think that I show you the. Let me.
Yes.
I can show you what the
Look at
tattoo.
that letter.
Yeah, the mark of the...
It did not look like the spider.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's connected.
Okay. I thought he was. That's
Nah,
why.
he's just a general shady
he's small
politician.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just small town dodgy. I say to Sildar, why don't we let you get him inside and get him some rest? Call on us if you need us. We can talk later.
Okay. Let me show you guys what the tattoo looks like.
Uh-oh.
Ooh,
I feel like there's something there.
maybe it is a story hook.
You're so quick to tell
I
me
cut his arm off.
Hey,
No,
Marty.
I don't.
With what?
Careful. Careful.
with his
Rocky
dart that
hand?
he throws.
No, I have a butterfly sword.
Hey, so
Me too.
I'm looking for
Could've
advice
fooled
on this
me.
up, and basically what I'm thinking is that there's a couple spells I need to get. Like, I'm actually gonna have to start burning material in order to do some spells. I would like to go grab or find a shop when we figure out what this after this little story bit.
I think you have a spell pouch that actually has most of the components that you need.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's standard stuff, like I have for my flame, I have to have like a leaf of something like that for my flame sword. But that's if you have the like for me, I have an herbalist kit, so it's kind of just known to generally be in there, unless it's something really kind of weird and odd.
Or something
Let
you
me
consume when you use the
investigate
spell.
what my kit actually contains, because what do I have? I have a.
Well, do you have a focus, or do you use a spell components patch?
Troy, did you where should I see what the tattoo looks like?
You just
I
gotta
don't-
wait a second.
Sorry,
I
I,
have a
thought that you
component.
did already.
No worries. I'm just getting it into roll 20.
So, for instance, like I need a leaf of sumac for my flame blade, but that's just sort
Delicious.
of like it's.
I think you have
and
that.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, if it's something
That's just around.
generalized like that, you know.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
poison sumac? Because you gotta like scratch your fingers and you it just gets
It
old.
is.
Dude, I got that shit in my
Hot sword.
backyard.
It is a hot sword.
Do you really?
Yeah, so
You gotta burn that
spellcasters,
shit.
spellcasters
No, don't
can
burn
have,
it. Don't burn it, because then it'll get in your lungs, and you'll have poison sumac in your lungs.
spellcasters can either have a component pouch which contains just all the non-expensive components they have, or they can substitute that with a focus, like an orb or a rod.
Yeah.
No. These spells very explicitly say materials, and they're things like a piece of copper wire.
Does it say
Right.
it's consumed?
But
though?
do you have to consume it every time you cast a spell, or do you just have to have it to focus on it?
It's
It'll say if it's consumed.
Yeah. You
It'll
have a
explicitly
component
say.
pouch, which just is assumed to have the stuff that you need.
Yeah.
Like the
all right.
common
So what
mundane
does it
stuff.
say when it says components V, S, and M? What is that?
Verbal, somatic. So verbal. So V is
On
verbal.
material.
Means that if you were silenced or somebody
You feel
Uh,
it. Right.
if you couldn't speak, you wouldn't be able to cast it. Somatic is movement based. So if somebody had handcuffed you, you wouldn't be able to do it. And M is you require those materials. So Nick, if you go into your player handouts area, you can see what the Harbin's tattoo
Don't
looks
see
like.
that anywhere. What's that?
I was telling Nick that if he goes into his player handouts area, he can see what the tattoo looks like.
Oh.
Ooh.
I am also going to go into Nick's. Oh no! It's only for Nick.
Oh no, and the Nick says, well done.
How do you send a message to only one person? Not that I want to do that, but
You do slash and then
Slash W space their name space the message.
Finally
think-
chosen my new spell.
yeah, slash W name.
It's got a little
message.
thing that pops up. You can actually like
So
select.
it works.
I don't see that.
If you want to send a message to just to me, you can also just do slash GM space whatever you want.
Troy, I just see. Yeah, I only. I
Go
don't-
to the journal area and then open a folder called Player Handouts.
Journal area.
In future campaigns, can we get rid of these things? Because they'll start to get pretty big, I think.
So after this campaign, we'll be starting over in a new Roll20 thing,
Ah, okay. Cool.
Oh, player handouts. I see it.
and I can move things between the
what
campaigns.
am I looking at? A player
Yeah,
handouts?
because
Oh,
Handsy
Harvey
will
said-
It's just Nick.
You
has
aren't
it.
looking at anything, only Garage.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Is it?
Does Garad say it's interesting?
No, he wasn't using Garad's voice, so.
Oh, okay.
You could tell.
And you can't see all of that this time, Garad, but you saw it last time. And between the
I've seen
two-
enough to piece together what it looks like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a dick?
And the bottom.
Just
the
not
bottom-
far off. It's not
so-
far off.
So the bottom of that picture, Nick, that's what's closest to his hand.
Is it a vagina?
Yeah, I figured that. Yeah. The balls of it are the things that are higher up. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It's the perineal area of tattoos.
It's change of tattoos, actually. That's what we're talking about.
The perennial.
Perineal.
All right, so what do you guys? So Sildar kind of ushers Gundren into the house. Harbin kind of looks around and starts to close the door.
Granny gives him a nod. And,
I can just do /GM. I'm sorry.
wanders off.
Yes, you can just do /GM. I would recommend actually just sending me messages in Discord, though. I think it's better.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
also what you can do.
Steve starts walking off towards the sleeping giant.
All right.
Recto would like to go visit Sister Garella.
Oh, that's so weird. I was gonna go there too.
I'll follow those two.
I'm gonna go to Alderley Farm and visit my aunt.
All right, Garad heads off to Elderly Farm. Steve heads to the Sleeping Giant.
Actually,
Or did you say Sleeping Giant or Stonehill Inn?
Sleeping giant.
Okay.
I want to check on our business.
And Roland, Garad, and Granny all head to the Shrine of Luck. Is that right?
Recto.
Recto.
Provided our bartender's still alive,
Actually-
let her know that we killed everybody.
Actually, Granny sees that Recto's headed towards the Shrine of Luck, and she says, "Would you mind paying a small tithe for me at the shrine?"
Yes.
And,
No, I'm kidding. I wouldn't. No.
And hands him, hands him like 10 GP.
Nice.
Sure thing.
Thanks,
Okay.
Recto.
You got
So
it,
it's
you
gonna
old
be-
bag.
It's Recto and Roland going.
Yeah, then she just goes to the sleeping giant.
Okay, and so Granny's going with Steve, and Garad's going to Alderleaf. What about Doomspark?
I am gonna go to Shrine of Luck.
Okay, so you're going with Recto
Nice.
and Roland.
Yes.
Okay, so let's deal with Steve and Granny first.
Sure.
So you guys approach the sleeping giant. You kind of walk in. You see that it's mostly empty, but there's actually about 2 people in the bar having some drinks.
Oh, shit.
So
Granny puts
you
her-
have
Granny puts her hand on Steve's forearm and says, "It's happening."
This is so great. It's so
is good
nice to be
progress.
business owners.
So you see Grista behind the bar. She's cleaning some steins, some mugs or something like that. And she kind of looks up at you, kind of gives you like a little bit of a frown, looks back down.
Granny will order a beer. And one for Steve.
Yeah, and Steve will sidle right up next to the bar as well, and say, "Hey, Grissa, how's business? Also, great news: we killed everyone in Cragmaw Castle. Dumbasses."
And Grista says, "Well, I don't know what Cragmaw Castle is, but that sounds like you guys."
Yeah,
All right.
well, I just saying, it's anyone coming after you probably would have come from there.
Here's
So you-
2 ales. That'll be 6 copper.
Granny,
I
gives her
I was to understand our drinks were on the house.
Granny gives her 8.
Well, fair enough.
She takes it and just slams the 2 mugs down in front of you, and some of the stuff kind of spills out onto the table.
I like our indignant bartender.
Granny, the service here is super rude, especially to the owners.
It adds
See,
character to the
Consistent. The service is consistent.
You see two kind of farm hands, kind of pretty dirty, just kind of kicking back the ales. They've got a few empty cups in front of them, and they kind of look at you guys and then just turn away and resume their conversation. All right, so now let's do Garad. You arrive at Alderleaf Farm. You see Carp running around in the backyard chasing some chickens. Colleen is in the kitchen cooking a stew.
I go to Colleen and say, it's nice to see Carp running around and not being afraid of people anymore, as if like someone threatened to melt his skin.
She says, "You're not the only one. This town, it's amazing how much has transformed over just the past few days. You and your friends, I'll never be able to thank you enough. I know that you got involved with the wrong sort, Garad, but I'm really proud of you."
What are you doing right now for income?
Well, we still grow some potatoes, and we sell those at the market.
Okay. What if I were to get you a position at the Sleeping Giant? Yeah, the Sleeping Giant.
We could use some friendlier help.
The Sleeping Giant. Well, what we just
We need it. We need what we need is where we have. There's been a change. There's been a change in the management situation, and we are looking for able-bodied people. And I think that the bartending work is much more suited for you than working in the fields all day.
Yeah, I've heard you boys have taken it over. I gotta say, my son's not old enough to take over the farm. I don't know that I can just let it go to rot. And frankly, I don't really want to work with Grista. She's a bit of an asshole.
Well, there is a change in the situation right now, so let's let you work for her a little bit, learn how to do the things, and we will see what happens after you've seen. So let's see how you do, and then we will take it from there. But we are in need of a more personable person taking control of the bar, and I'd rather take care of family than strangers.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Really? Can we just say, Nick, you did such a great job tonight that we'll just let you do this? Oh.
You can always hire someone out to work farms.
I'm going to go 17.
She looks
No,
at
I
you.
mean, my family does that. They
I
don't
think
live
this
on
is the
their
second time I've tried persuading her to do the job, too.
She looks at you. It looks like she's about to tell you no yet again. She says, "You know what, Garad? After all you've done for this town, you've made your own mistakes, but it's time somebody give you a chance the way you've given us a chance. I'll work at your bar."
All right. Let me see if I can get you a job. No. That's great news. I am very glad that you decided to take our offer.
She pats you on the arm and says, "That's nice, honey."
I'm patronizing, but okay.
All right, so
Aww, thank you, baby. You're so cute.
all right, so let's go back up to the Shrine of Luck, where we've got Recto, Roland, and Zigmundo. They arrive, walking in. They see the enormous kind of altar to the goddess. You can hear some chimes ring as they walk through, and Sister Grella kind of pokes her head out of the doorway and says, it's so good to see the three of you again."
Hello.
Hi.
Isn't today lovely?
It's good to see you too. Were you able to find anything on the Black Spider?
Oh, well, I did send a message to our mutual friends, but, it hasn't been very long. I don't have any answer for you yet.
Okay, that's really all I wanted to ask.
I came to the shrine because I was feeling lucky, eh?
She,
Oh, wink,
she-
wink.
Oh my god.
she says, "Everybody's welcome at the shrine. Feel free to make your pledge to the goddess. I'll be back here in my office."
Before you go, are you aware of an elf village to the northeast of here?
To the northeast, well, there are many elf villages in Neverwinter Wood.
What do you know of them? Are they peaceful? Are they do they cause problems? What do we know of these villages?
They don't normally cause any trouble for our kind, but they are rather reclusive. If you're seeking them out, I would do so with an abundance of caution. They tend to like to keep to themselves.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough. If it's all the same, I'd like to tithe. Where do I put my money?
In this G-string.
She gestures over to a collection box in front of the altar.
Okay, then
And I'll just whisper to Recto, put in the money Granny gave you and say it's from all of us.
Wait a minute.
Nice.
He was supposed to give me money.
He did give you money.
He did.
He gave you 10 gold.
Yeah.
She did, yes.
Put the 10
Oh,
gold and say it was
she,
from all
sorry.
of us.
Okay. This is from all of us.
Good job.
Nice.
Sister Grella looks at you and says, "Thank you all so much for your generosity. And for
We
the
are
great
happy
help
to help.
that you've given this town."
That's all I got.
That's awesome.
Office politics
Couldn't
at
have
the
done
Shrine of Luck.
Great.
Recto would like to head down towards the woodworker shop now. Or is
All
it
right.
the woodworker shop that we own? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll
Actually,
head-
no.
I'll
I'm
head
sorry.
down
He
there,
would
too.
like to head to the Sleeping Giant.
Okay. So you own both, just to be clear.
Yeah.
So Recto heads over to the Sleeping Giant, where he joins, what was it, Steve and Granny?
Yeah, we're sitting at
Yeah.
the bar having a couple of
Right.
drinks.
And Steve informs
So
him
hold
on
on.
entering.
Real quick, Roland and Recto, Roland and Zygmundo, where do you guys go?
I'll go get a drink. Nothing wrong with that.
All right.
I want to play Shopping Simulator 2017.
Okay, how about we do that in a
Nice.
thread in between?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm gonna go over to the orchard because I'm feeling like a stroll through some trees.
So the Eldermath Orchard.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Nice.
All right.
See if you can pick up a side quest while you're there.
There you go. Yeah, look for big yellow question marks over it.
All right. So
Because you know what we need is more side quests.
I was thinking, no.
Actually, you go talk to someone and it goes, "Brrr."
My life
Look at
is
this
side
fool.
quests.
Maybe you can find a side quest where you can build an army.
So you walk to the northwest. You walk past
Min
the homes,
requirement 3
and then
idiot.
you see your environment change a little bit. Now you're walking into an orchard. It's an apple orchard. So a lot of tall trees with apples. In it's harvest time. Some of the apples are sitting on the ground. Lots of nice ripe apples up on the tree, and you see a blonde gentleman, in about middle-aged, carrying he's got a wheelbarrow and a basket, and he's going around picking up some
Draco.
and putting them into the wheelbarrow.
Hello, good apple man. How you doing? I greet him.
yeah, I'm doing well, sir. How can I help you? Welcome to my orchard.
I have no idea what I'm doing here. I'm looking for a side the quest. You got
Are you around? Are you from around here? I don't think I recognize you. Have I seen you around town before?
Oh, no, I'm a guy who set the building on fire on the hill.
Oh, you're one of the flames.
He's a flamer! He's a flamer!
I'm
He
the
kinda-
guy that set the building on
That
fire.
name stuck.
He gives you like a really
Sorry.
big slap on the side of your arm, and kind of you notice that he's pretty big, muscular guy. Not really tall, not really huge or rotund, but like looks like he's lifted his
Really
share
knows
of
how to work.
heavy shit in
Wow.
his day. Yep. So kind of knocks you on the side and is like, "Oh, I should buy you a drink."
Ah, yes, that'd be nice. I say, you got any problems out here in the orchard?
Nice.
Well, not much, but well, here's the thing, and I wouldn't really even mention this to anybody else, but well, I know my way around the sword or two, but I'm out of the business. But every now and then, folks come by and ask me for help, and I've had to turn them down of late. I'm just getting too old. I'm hearing there's some trouble down at the old owl well. There might be some coin in it if you're interested in going down and looking. I hear some undead have been causing some trouble down there.
Ah, yes, the undead, they're so pesky. They just won't lie down, if you know what I mean.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know just what you mean.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Well, I'm sure it won't be no problem for somebody like you and your friends. I'm happy to buy you a drink whether or not you go down there. But if you do go down there, make sure you come back and let me know. Like I said,
Thank you. I'll be going now.
All right. Well, see you around.
I leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was,
Where do you
Thank
go?
God he didn't have to roll
Amazing.
for social skills.
that was so good.
Where do you go?
That was not awkward at all. I just want to throw that out there.
That's the most awkward
Very
Sackless
smooth.
acquisition in the history of ever.
Where does Zigmundo go next?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat? He said they're down by the well. What?
There's a place called Old Owl Well, and he's claiming that they're having some trouble with the undead.
Yes. I'm gonna go to the sleeping giant now. I'm gonna head that way
All right.
to join
So I
everybody for a drink.
I think all of you are there except Garad.
I'd like to talk to Grista if I could, at some point.
All right. So she's
Rector.
there. She's occasionally serving people when the mood strikes her. She dips out into the back fairly frequently and comes back smelling of cheap root weed. She's available to talk to.
Garista, the black spider will no longer be a problem for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dead. Totally dead.
All right.
Some people may be deader, but not this person.
Really, that's it? You know that black spider you were so terrified you wanted to leave town and run away because you were so afraid that we could not protect you?
So you guys leave town. You're gone for about a day. You come back, and he's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
All right. Well, I guess I'll find out if I'm
No,
still
we
alive.
came across him.
You're probably right.
He was.
pulling bullshit.
Turns out he was a doppelganger. He could change to whatever he wanted to be. He could change shape and shapeshift, which is why
Are
you were
you-
so confused.
Oh God, you're an idiot.
You are an idiot.
I mean, you said it.
Well, I am an idiot, but not for this reason. I'm an idiot for many reasons, but just wanted to let you know. Sounds like you're quite at ease now, so I'm gonna move on, I guess.
Look, fine. Look, I told you that there was a man who would come to me. He would look different every time he came to me. But he's the one that brought me to meet the Black Spider. He wasn't the Black Spider.
Oh, fuck.
Like I said, I'm an idiot for many reasons.
Oh my god.
She kind of turns around and just goes back to washing the mug that she's in.
What do we know? What
Oh,
was the
God.
black spider a human?
We don't know.
We have
So-
no
so-
Can
idea
we ask
now.
her if she's met the black spider? Let me
Yeah, so
try
we
to
should
catch her.
Probably.
I thought we killed them. I don't know about you guys.
She
I thought we
mentioned
had
to
two,
you.
but-
She mentioned to you previously that the black spider was a drow elf, which is a dark elf.
Dark elf.
Oh,
Gotcha.
shit.
That's gonna be a mess.
Oh, boy.
That's gonna be a
And
hot
we
mess.
know that there are
Oh,
elf
no.
camps up in Neverwinter Wood.
Oh,
well,
God.
and a cave. No, not the
Fine,
dark elf is not a wood elf.
Oh, it's
They
true.
all live it underground,
Yeah.
like in a cave.
Well, that person who came to you, that person, they won't be coming to you again. 'Cause
He left
That-
our friend Steve with quite the
kinda-
little scar.
She doesn't even look at you. She just kind of speaks while she's
God.
still staring at the mug, and she says,
Okay,
"Well, I guess
then.
That's nice. Looking
Okay,
forward
then.
to see who kills me instead."
But nice to talk to you then. Thank you. Okay.
You know, I'm gonna talk to the guys, just not her, and say if she keeps up this attitude, we're not gonna stop whoever walks in here.
Seriously. A change in service would not be terrible for our revenues here.
I mean, I don't want to fire anybody, but you know,
I'm kind of thinking we should fire somebody.
but
I'm just saying,
What
if
did
she
she ever do
starts,
for us except for try to stab one of us?
if she starts kneeling when they play the national anthem, she's gonna have to be fired. I'm just saying.
She,
What if she doesn't come out at all?
so Grista turns around, looks at the mug that Steve's drinking from, takes it from him, chugs down the rest of the ale, and just walks out the back door.
all right, somebody fire
Looks
her.
like we have a vacancy in employment, fellows. Anybody know anyone that might want to work here?
This played out very well.
Let me-
Can Granny follow her?
Yeah, can one person
Yeah.
who has the best people skills here?
I
So
can't help.
Granny-
I can't help but think
Granny-
this may have been my fault.
Granny,
Granny-
and Steve have the best.
Granny walks out the back door and sees Grista lighting up another pipe.
A blunt. She's smoking
She,
blunt.
she asked if she could have a draw,
Glissa smoke heart.
and,
Grista says, "Get your own. You got a lot of coin now, right?"
fair enough. Look, I want to apologize for my
Bitch.
compatriots. Clearly they don't understand what you're going through. It might surprise you to know that I grew up in the streets of Neverwinter with not a penny to my name. Had to fight the whole way through. Built my own business. Had to get into a few shady dealings, but you know, I made it through. But I didn't do it without friends and without allies. And I just want you to know.
Roll persuasion.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea.
Boom!
Will that do?
So
Better.
she hears your words and considers it for a moment, then passes the pipe over to you.
Aww.
Nice.
She finishes
Oh,
off with,
what a
I just
moment.
want you to know that I'm a friend and an ally.
And she
Yeah.
looks at you and says, "Neverwinter, huh? So tough
You
town."
You wouldn't believe it.
She kinda takes a deep breath and says, "I got some dishes to wash," and walks back in. Doesn't say a word to anybody else. Just picks the dishes back up and starts washing them.
Okay. Holding on by a thread.
And Nick, you were asking when Quilleen might come in. I think she was waiting to hear back from you, as last she heard.
In terms of when she can start?
Well, you told her that you were going to see if you could get her a job after she said that she would take it.
Oh, okay. I am going to presume that yes, she can go ahead. No, I guess the right way to play this is that I need to talk to the people to my party first.
Yeah, you're still at the farm, right? So
I'm going to head back to the bar. I'm going to head back to the sleeping.
all right. So you arrive shortly after Grista has come back into the fray.
Okay.
And Granny jumps behind the bar and helps serve drinks.
Nice.
Just to give Grista a break.
Okay.
Grista, at some point, it takes a while, but maybe like 15 minutes in, she looks at Granny and kind of smiles a little bit. A
Oh,
little.
Oh,
Not a lot. A little bit.
no, still.
I'll take it.
Okay. So I want an ale. So
These millennials.
I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna order
I already gave
a.
you the crown, Roland.
I'm gonna order an. I want an ale from Garista.
All
right, how does Garad order it?
I want an ale, and I'm talking to Garista.
Granny,
Okay, so-
Granny serves Garada ale.
I don't want Granny to give me an ale. I want Garista.
Garad,
to
quit
give me-
being a dick. We're working on our employment situation.
Garad, you're gonna
throws the
get
ale-
kicked out of your own bar.
Granny throws the ale
I
into Garad's-
envision an HR request coming in here soon.
It's a hostile work environment.
Granny throws the ale in Garad's
No, I
face.
feel like I was very specific in my request. Is that I talked to Garista and I said I want an ale.
So Garad, you got ale splashed in your face.
She's smiling when she does it though. When she starts pouring.
Who
it on
who splashes ale in my face?
Granny did. She's the one that tried to serve you, right? And you were like, "No, I want it from Garista." So she throws it in your face with a grin, and then starts pouring you another one.
I stare at Garad intently.
Steve laughs heartily.
Yes. This is fantastic.
I
And she
summon
says-
my army of 3 gnolls and 2 wolves and wreak havoc on this town.
Thousands of us.
She rests
There
the,
are dozens of me.
she
You
rests
didn't.
the- she
You
rests
didn't
the
even
ale-
have a spell for that. They
She rests
probably
the
ran
ale.
off.
She rests the ale in front of Garad and says, "This one's on the house."
Those hobgoblins are so gone, by the way.
They've been wiped out by elves.
I don't think they are. They are. I don't think they are. They are going to be loyal, stupid creatures.
Which of the masterminds there is recruiting for them?
It doesn't matter. It's the loyalty that they have because they do not follow me.
Because you yelled at them once?
Because they don't have because of the hierarchy structure is that I am the queen bee and they will follow me until I die.
So you're a queen now?
Yeah, it's okay.
I don't motherfucking care, dude. Again, how many armies do you have?
Just clarifying.
The
which
same
part of
number
the
that
hierarchy
you do.
you are. Victoria.
Whatever,
Fabric
dude.
Slayer.
You know what?
Granny,
Go to sleep. Go to sleep, Steve, and we'll see what happens to you.
Granny says,
You're gonna have a cobalt blade to your neck when you wake up. And it's not gonna be Garad.
You don't even have any kobolds.
Granny says, Garad, I'm really impressed with how you showed leadership in front of those hobgoblins last night.
Is Garista within earshot of our conversation right now?
Oh yeah, I mean this bar is not that large. If you were having a loud conversation,
Is Garista the only employee?
Garad is always having a loud conversation.
Everyone hears Garad.
Rest is the only employee you guys have.
That's awesome. That is a great. I think that to help the bar, I have hired another person to help us. She is going to start off as a barmaid, and she is going to help Garista with the serving of our patrons.
Grista kind of looks up and looks over and doesn't say anything, but she's got a very skeptical look on her face.
Okay, that's fine. And I am going to eye Garista as I say this and say that I feel like our bar needs a makeover. I feel like our bar needs to have better personal skills, and more people in the bar will help make more patrons happy.
And she
Granny,
kind of turns away, and you see her kind of secretly take a sip from the mug of ale she's filling up for a patron, and she just says, "Fucking savages."
Okay, that's a little bit racist.
You're damn right. I'm a half orc. Fuck that.
I got no, Granny.
That orc lives matter.
You mud one.
Granny says, "That's fantastic, Garad. I'm so proud of you. That's fantastic. Who did you hire?"
The owner, the elderly farm maid.
Oh, she was really nice.
I think that her and her son. I think that she will be a great addition to the to helping the. She has a good. Yes. She will provide good service to the patrons of Vandalin.
She'll provide good service.
That's great, Garad.
I should be wearing my John Tapper shirt right now.
Roland gets MVP next week. I don't care what he says.
Did Roland get the crown back? He did.
I should be wearing my John Tapper shirt.
I think Roland did get the crown back. Yes.
Oh, good.
Are you
Oh
surprised
no, I
that
got
have
the
a
crown
John
back.
Tapper shirt,
Trust me, I
Meryl?
got that back.
It's good.
Uh,
Granny just like tries to just encourages Garad and says, "That's great. You know, you showed great leadership in hiring a new person. You showed great leadership in, controlling those hobgoblins. I think we need to work on those skills."
I just kind of like to take it down as I sip my ale.
Gentlemen, I think she may just be a little overworked. I feel like we've left one employee to run this bar. I feel like maybe, like Garad said, if we hire a few more people, I feel like that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, okay.
Nods in agreement.
and I would no, I don't want to tell her she's in charge.
Hey guys, I heard this thing over at the orchard after we're done with this.
All right, so Zygmundo kind of conveys the information about the undead issue over at the Old Owl Well.
Can you write it down? I don't understand the accent.
That's cold.
Really?
Get your scroll out.
Rector, you fall asleep at the computer again?
He's still there.
Let's go.
All right.
Come on, you're an uncle now.
Dude, I have an uncle, and I'm fucking psyched.
Freaking drunk.
What's going on at the well?
That's what uncles do.
Apparently, there's a bunch of orcs causing problems. You know,
I only
it
caught
won't go down so easy.
something causing problems. That sounds like our gig.
Yeah,
Let's go down to the well.
We get to it. Not no biggie. Sound like.
So Grista overhears you guys talking about this and kind of papes up and says, "You boys looking for a new way to die, huh?"
Sure.
You know, every now and then, yes.
Yep.
The well's
YOLO.
up north near Conneberry, which is, you guys remember where you went to visit the Banshee. She tells
Oh.
she tells you, in a very condescending way, that it's an old ruin that's been plagued by the undead of recent, and that she's pretty sure you're going to die there.
How does
And
she know
she
that?
doesn't seem overly concerned about that either. She's kind of like, yeah, you guys should go do that. Go die
How
up
does
there.
she know that?
It's so you ask, and Krista kind of lets you know that she's kind of like, everybody around here knows about that stupid.
Yes, it's why I'm so privy to it. You know. Everybody knowing things.
She's just a millennial. It's okay.
Well, I mean, I guess that's our next venture. You guys have anything else you need to take care
So
of?
we have some options here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
tired of
besides,
killing
there's a lot
goblins.
of other things to do.
Maybe you want to go to that cave.
Well, there's that. We've also got the orcs to the northeast that are
I
terrible.
feel like I kind of want to build up to the cave, and I'd really like to kill something different than goblins.
We can always do some
I agree with
recruitment.
Steve.
Elves?
All right, look, we got the well, we got the wyvern whore, whatever the fuck that is.
That was where the orc problem was.
So what's that?
That was where the
Orcs.
orc problem that Harbin
Oh,
Western
right,
wanted you to
yeah.
take care of was.
Just
Yeah.
steroid goblins.
Yeah, I feel.
I mean, really, everything is just a steroid goblin, whether it's a goblin or... Like, it's all the same.
All right, so
It's a little.
I have a,
aside from what the racist just said,
No, that is super racist.
I'm
You
gonna.
can't be racist, guys. He's a half orc.
I'm gonna share with the
He
group
is
that
half-orc.
I'm looking for a knight named Sildar Hallwiger.
We met him a long time ago.
Yeah, he's currently taking care of.
Yeah, he's
Gunpowder.
at the Town Master's Hall.
We talked to him like half hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in the orchard if you remember.
Well, he's over at the Town Master's Hall, seeing the
Yeah.
Gundren.
Yeah, he's taking care of Gundren.
That's right.
All right.
I'm gonna stop talking now.
Okay. So our options include apparently going and talking to Sildar again, or we can go to Wyvern Tor, which is apparently there's some orcs there that are causing problems for the trade routes to this town. We can go to up near Agatha's lair, where there are, or the Old Owl Well, where there are undead. I suggest we do one of those two, if not both of those two, before we go to Wave Echo Cave.
Is there a quest to find out what's in our barmaiden's ass and why she's such a dick?
Honestly, I'm a little with you on that one too.
I'm willing to go investigate that personally, if you know what I mean.
Dude, go for it.
Yeah, no, I would love to see the outcome of that.
Yes.
No, it's a little messy. No.
Thing is, Wave Echo Cave is so close to Phandalin.
Yeah.
We could
And?
just jump over there and take care of it.
Yeah, but that's like the ultimate goal of this whole thing. I feel like
No, there's other mines.
Like we don't have
Called the
to,
Lost Mine.
we don't have to grind before the main boss. This is Final Fantasy.
Right.
uh,
So look, it's my guess is if we go back to the. Can we go back to the town view, please?
But I have a Phoenix down.
Yeah.
We're okay.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
If you did. If
All right.
you did,
So if you take a look to the southwest. There is a miner's trail that goes off that way.
that sure
There
is.
is.
Again with the miners.
Well, that's
Yes,
the other
it is.
option is we haven't even talked to the miners' exchange yet, which seems to be a pretty big plot point.
Yeah, I like
Oh
that.
Yeah.
shit! They're right
we had
there.
meant to do that.
They're right there in Phandalin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why don't we-
they're the
why don't we,
closest.
Table the other.
Why have we
two
not done that
and
yet?
Go have a chat with them real quick.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
all for letting
I'm with
this
you,
play
Dim
out
Spark.
through the end of the year
What-
if we want.
What time is it, Troy? In game.
In game, you're probably talking about because let's see, it's early afternoon.
Let's go talk to the miners' exchange.
We could go do that and then call it a night after we do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Exactly. It's like a small piece. Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba.
Granny slams down a mug.
Ba-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum.
Let's go have a chat. Miners'
All right.
exchange.
Ba-da-ba-da.
So, you guys, and I'm assuming all of you go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but do we have Garad yet? Is he here?
Yeah, he
he's
was.
here.
Yeah.
He's at the bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Remember, he
Cool.
has some ale drying on his face.
Nice.
He's a
Oh
good
yeah,
sport.
him. He's the one who got kicked out of his own bar. Yeah.
We
All
just
right.
want
So you guys kind of walk down past the town hall, past the town square, past the town hall. You're walking even further past the woodworker down to the part of the town you've never been in before. As you get closer, you actually see some of the dirt road actually starts to get a little bit of cobblestone on it. You see some nicer street lamps, with they're actually like the kind that are lit by torches on sticks. It looks like all of a sudden, the area gets wealthier, but it's like concentrated around like a single building. And you approach, and it's pretty much the only stone building that you've seen in the town besides the Shrine of Luck and the smithy. So you kind of walk up, and you see what you haven't seen in Phandalin before, which is some economic activity. People are kind of coming in and going out. Carrying in some cases ox loads of materials that they're kind of pulling around to the side of the building. People streaming in and out. You're probably seeing as you walk up, 3 or 4 people conduct their business. So it's pretty busy for a small town. You kind of surmise that perhaps everybody's kind of catching up on some arrears here. So you guys walk in, and you see a large kind of 2-story tall entryway, or it's not just an entryway, it's kind of almost like the main room of the building. It's got kind of a wooden walkway around the perimeter, but the main ceiling is actually 2 stories above you, which is far nicer than anything else you've seen in Phandalin. And you see people kind of milling about, and one person kind of in particular that everybody's deferring to, a relatively young woman, probably in her mid-30s. She's human. She's walking around kind of taking notes from people, shouting orders at other people, and all of a sudden she catches, her eye catches on you guys as you walk in, and she kind of pauses for a second and smiles, like almost more of like a smirk, and approaches you. Says, "About time you all visited me. Name's Halia," and holds her hand out.
Steve shakes your hand.
The bottom of what is in her butt.
All right, so Steve comes forward, shakes Halia's hand. He notices that her grip is really freaking strong as she kind of shakes it forward and does the little Trump arm tug thing.
Steve gives a little eyebrow raise and just pulls it right back over, and be like, "Hello, you might have heard of us. We're the Flames of Tassendar."
Roll strength, Steve.
Also
shit.
known as Sunshine Carpet Cleaners.
I feel like you're the only one. You're the only one rolling, throwing that here. So just a saving throw, or
No, roll athletics.
oh boy,
Nice.
that's about as good as it's gonna get.
Oh wow, that's your crit, 19.
It is.
So you
I'm a warlock. I'm not about strength.
trump her right back, and she kind of falls off edge a
Bill
little
Captain
bit,
Trump.
stumbles forward, and she gives you like a really hearty smile and a laugh. Like she appreciated
Yeah.
that. She's suitably impressed.
Yeah, we know about your tricks in Neverwinter. That's cute.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, we've been there. It's great to see you. I got to tell you, I think we could learn a lot from each other and help each other out quite a bit as business owners in the town here.
I've heard about the new arrangement we have over at the bar, and have I heard that you've got some sort of creature running the woodworking shop?
Well,
His name is Droop.
His name is Drew. He's a bit of a creature, but he's really a good guy. And honestly, I think your miners would love it over at the Sleeping Giant. I think they could appreciate the unique, almost thematic customer service model we have going. Where the bartendress is sometimes mean to you. I think that the miners would really get a kick out of that, and it doesn't even cost anything extra.
Normally you pay extra for that kind of stuff.
You do.
She says, I think we can work something out, Steve.
Oh, that'd be great.
And as she says that, you do note that you don't think that you've given her your name before.
Just curious.
I think you did,
No, did I not?
No.
Oh, well, no. If he says I didn't, okay, good to know. It seems like you know a lot about what's going on in this town. We've got a couple of jobs around here. Maybe there's something we could do for the miners' exchange.
Well, I think that you all have done something for me already. Thank you for taking care of that little red brand problem. Actually,
you're quite welcome.
I meant to send something your way. And she snaps her fingers and calls over one of her workers, whispers something in his ear, and he heads off to the back room.
Always happy to help. We do what we can here. So we've received a number of jobs around town.
Sunshine carpets.
Yeah, we have a number of skills, a number of fabric-related and murder-related skills.
It's a wink.
If there's anything the Miners Exchange could take advantage of, please do let us know.
We will do that. What is it you all have in mind next for yourselves at this point?
It's mine-related.
Odd jobs,
Mine adjacent.
Look, we're here
ER, not OR.
She kind of looks at you like she's heard that joke before.
Whatever.
No.
Whatever.
Look,
Funny as
Holly, we're here for a reason. We have taken care of the Red Brands. We have cleansed Cragmaw Castle of all goblins to the north. We have taken care of a doppelganger while we were there. We have taken care of many things for this town and caused it to be more prosperous. But that is not why we are really here. We are here for a greater reason, and a reason that we think you may be able to help us with.
And what would that be?
That reason starts with Wave Echo Cave. What do you know of it?
Wave Echo Cave. I know that it lies to our east. My understanding is it's surrounded by monsters. It's been difficult to penetrate into. We've sent a few mining parties out there to see if there's anything worth getting, and one met ruin and didn't make it. The other, by the time they got back, we just don't think it's worth investing our time into. To be frank,
You don't happen to know what kind of monsters, do you?
Well, we've heard a number of different things, but it's a dark place. It's
Any reports from your scouting teams would be very helpful.
well, they're not my scouting teams. You understand? They're the miners here.
The Miners Exchange scouting.
These are independents. They go off and they do the work, and then they bring their goods here to trade on the market. The miners themselves don't work for me.
But their livelihood does depend on you, and I'm sure you get a lot of information.
Oh, it sure does.
So, given that, any information you had about the difficulties your miners experienced would be useful to us.
Well, Steve,
Difficulties.
I don't have an answer for you right now, but what I can do is I can go send
I can
some
tell you
more
next
around.
week at the same time. At the same time.
I'll ask around, see what I can find out.
Thank you very much. Out of character,
so
if anybody else
right
had
around-
anything to add.
God,
I know we came down here for a reason,
then.
but God knows if I know what it is.
So right around then, the worker comes back, hands walks by you guys, bumps into Steve, and hands a bag of coin over to Halia, and she holds it out in front of you. Steve, before you do anything else, can you roll perception?
Okay.
This appears to be the reward that we've earned.
Sack of loots everywhere.
Or this is a bag of spider eggs.
Oh no.
If it's a bag of spider eggs, I'm going to be real upset.
So Steve, based on your kind of experience as an urchin in Neverwinter, you recognize the bump as the person walked by as what at first you think is a pickpocketing move. You think that they've taken something from you, but as you kind of reach down to feel your pockets, what you realize is they've slipped a note into your back pocket.
Okay, I will keep that information to myself for this time, and not
That's
look at it.
smart
Correct.
move.
And none of the rest of you are aware of that unless you would have been watching for it, by the way. Granny, maybe I would let roll perception on that,
No, it's okay.
Wake up!
given your background.
She wouldn't act on it even if she did.
Wake up, sheeple.
All right, and so she's holding that bag of coin out in front of you.
I accept her gracious gift.
Holly, we had one more question before we head out. We appreciate
Steve,
it.
Where are we and what are we doing?
Steve
so
wouldn't leave that behind.
So Steve takes that bag of coin. By the way, there's about 100 gold in there.
Okay.
And we've heard the name a few times. We haven't really come across much. We don't know much of it. But somebody's mentioned a black spider. Does that name mean anything to you?
She her eyebrow kind of arcs up. Can't say I have heard that before.
She's totally
Does her eyebrow arc up like the Rocks does? Like this? Or is it more like, maybe I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird that you haven't heard
It's
anything.
like a rock thing. Yeah, it's like a rock thing.
It's weird you haven't heard it. We've heard this from so many different places. It's almost like it's known by everybody here. It's weird that you haven't heard anything about it yourself, being as somebody who is so in the know about everything. It's kind of weird.
Well, I suppose it is.
Just as long as she doesn't drop the people's elbow on you, you're okay.
I suppose
Well, thank you,
I
thank you,
suppose
boys.
it
Thank
is
you,
as well.
ma'am, for stopping by.
Don't want her to rock bottom you. Sorry.
Pleasure to be here. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other again very soon.
That's a good start to this. About to end.
All right. So unless anybody else has anything else, you leave the miners' exchange.
And I go to sleep at the woodworkers.
All right. Steve goes to the woodworkers, meets up with Droop. Droop is really excited to see Steve. He kind of
Granny goes
gets up,
as well.
shouts,
Does he lick him?
and sees Steve, gets really excited, and then sees
I think
Granny
you should
and
lick him.
goes,
I think you should lick him.
and goes, Granny! And
Think-
kind of rushes forth, and you see that he's put together a really crude bird feeder using the woodworking tools. And say, look, Granny! Droop, make something to sell!
This is very good, Droop. You've done very well.
I'll make lots more! We'll be rich!
This is an excellent start to. I couldn't be prouder.
Do we all want to head there?
Yeah, Droop.
Yeah.
This
May as well.
is excellent. This is a great bird feeder, but we left you lots of money to hire, a professional woodworker, so you wouldn't have to do quite so much of this.
Oh, but it's no problem. Droop kind of likes it.
No, and that's great. And I think you guys could learn a lot from each other. Maybe still keep looking for one, though.
Let Droop show you. Let Droop show you. He's really excited, and he rushes forth, and he pulls back the curtains, and behind through the window to the backyard to the east, you see that he's got 8 bird feeders kind of set up on poles all around the backyard, with some of them are misshapen, the wall falling off.
At least he's trying.
This is super great.